Welcome, welcome, everybody. Good to see you all. I got a feeling it's going to be a good chat. I really do. Just give a couple minutes. Norma, good afternoon, DD and chat. Carol, hello, everyone. April, hi, all. Hey, DD and chat says hell. April, Carol, Norma, Carol, hello. April, hello, L. April, love the screen. Yes, yes. Hey, everybody. Hello, Carol. Don't forget to hit the like button for DD. Everybody, appreciate your support and help. If we can help the channel, make sure you let everybody know. We are going literally to Tucson, to the Catalina foothills. That's coming up, and definitely will need some support. So if you can help out the channel and support, that would be great. I really would appreciate that. Only asking because we'll be going out there literally at the end of October. We'll be staying there 5 days. 5 days. So just letting you guys know. All right, all right. Tusi, welcome in. Jim, welcome in. Pam, welcome in. Cheryl, welcome in. It's going to be a good one. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good chat. I already sent Chris and Doug the link. So whenever they are able to, they will jump in. They have the link already. April, 700 views, last stream. We are rocking. Yes, we are, April. We are rocking. I got a feeling this one's going to be good, without a doubt. Pam, hi, Jim, Carol, Tusi. Raw, simplify, everybody. Whew. Somebody's here. Let's talk with Chris. Chris is in the house, everybody. Whew.
So I feel like we just hung up. Jesus
I know.
Christ.
But I just got done mowing, so yeah.
Yeah, sure. He flew me out there to do it. I'm covered in grass. So the end of October, did you get me the suite? Or did you stick me in the small room?
Look, I got you the economical room.
So I'm in the maintenance closet then. All right.
But yes,
great.
We're going. So we getting ready to get our tickets and all, and it's just, man, I tell you what, it's a pain in the butt, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, no it is. So I don't know how this came out, but.
What?
No, I finished the garage. Everything I needed to do. Good. The garage is done, and they canceled. They're not coming today. Suckers.
Hey.
Fuck.
Hey, at least it's done.
Yeah, no, it's all done. I even swept the floor.
I mean, it's only your garage. I mean, really.
Yeah, it's only. Yeah, just
yours.
Let me see here. I'm trying to see something because I came in a few minutes early from screwing around outside because I wanted to.
I just got done. It started to rain, and I was like, "Oh God, are you kidding me?"
Wow. Yeah, it clouded up over here big time. Yeah. There's no more sun over here.
No, I think you guys are going to get a little bit of rain.
No, we're not. Yes. Don't say that. That means
just
flooding at the school. No, no, because that means flooding at the school. I don't think so.
Oh Lord, yeah, that's true. Any rain is a flood rain in New York, in your area,
right?
Freaking Boston, as you claim. And what's the
Boston?
Boston.
Say it right. It's Boston.
Boston.
Where are you from? I'm from Boston.
I'm from Boston. Where you
All
from?
Right,
I'm
now.
from Boston.
I don't know. I haven't heard it yet. Put this up real quick. Okay. I haven't heard it yet, so I don't know what it sounds like. But I made a new song, so I don't know. I'm gonna debut it for everybody here. Yes, I did sweep the floors.
Radiant Jersey, DD. Chris.
Oh, God.
Swept the floor. Yes,
I did sweeping the floor.
Let's hear what you got.
Hold on now. Here it comes somewhere. I've never heard it, so.
Devil Pup Dispatch. From the desert heat to the midnight screen, Devil Dog 88 keeps the truth on the scene. Marine Corps grit and a badge on his chest. He breaks down the cases that won't let us rest. Devil Pup Dispatch. Live on the line, crime and
Right?
breaking news.
I love it.
Pace at a time, simplifying the chat.
Oh, it gets better.
Pups gather round where the missing stay missing till the truth gets found. Then he yelled at Chris, then he yelled at Doug. Get together, pups.
You heard that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yelling at me and Doug.
Straight talk. That's the Devil Dog way, keeping the chat in line while the facts hold sway. No sugar, no spin, just the facts as they land. Open chat, open minds. With the mic in his hand, from Tucson remains to the Hampton 16. He's the voice in the void, keeping hope on the screen. Subscribe.
Yep.
Refuse to play fair. True crime and breaking news. He delivers it raw. Devil Dog 88, simplify, y'all.
Love it. We need to put that out there somewhere.
Devil Pup Dispatch.
I like it.
Haha.
I love it.
There's two versions. Huh. Are you ready for mine?
Let's hear it.
Oh boy. If you don't like a lot of noise, you better block your ears. Oops, wrong one.
When the headlines hit.
That's it? That's it? Really? Ah! Really? Come on, Chris. Where's L going to? I didn't see that. Gunna Storm here too. Also have. Be careful, my friend. Be careful. Without a doubt, L. Be careful. I wanted to, but I don't know how to set that up to be my entry song, to be honest. If I knew how to do it, believe me, I would do it. Maybe I'll get Chris to help me figure it out at the end of the live. Chris just left. I knew that was a lot of expectation him putting on himself, you know. I really did know that. It's going to be hard to beat that first song we heard, without a doubt. Oh, Lord. Damn it, I was just getting to rock with it, and then it just kind of like ghost, like Casper. He just like, poof, he left. There he is. He's back. All right, Chris is back.
My computer said, F you, dude. I'm like, what do you mean? Said, no way, dude.
Ah!
I said, thank God it wasn't during your song.
Oh, my Lord.
Shit. Goddamn computer. It'll probably do it again. I was like,
good.
no. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
God,
here we go, guys.
Let's hope it works.
Let's see.
When the headlines
Don't crash.
hit.
Whoa, hold on. Something's wrong. Wait a minute.
When the
How the hell is it over
add
there?
up.
Hold tight 1 second. It's on the wrong speakers.
Oh, okay.
How the hell is that possible?
I have no idea.
Woo! Oh, I see.
Casper the ghost is moving shit around.
I had to shut the Bluetooth off. It went to my big speaker on the other side of the room. All right, here we go. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh, really? We're watching you.
Oh, it gets hard.
Let's get it, everybody. I'm not hearing nothing.
What?
You can't hear nothing. That's not rocking. That's like whispering.
You can't hear anything?
No.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. You.
I know. It's probably because it went into the other speaker and then it didn't pick this up. And probably got to click on that window, huh? Do that and do this. I'm going to try this one. Let's try this.
All right, here we go, guys.
Can you hear it?
I hear it now, yeah.
All right.
When the truth gets buried, when the story doesn't add up,
We're watching.
we're listening. And we're talking with Chris!
I love it. Bring out the gladiators, baby.
That's what I'm saying. This is what you have to play this song when you get off the plane in Arizona.
Oh, no doubt. No
And
doubt.
run down the stairs.
Lights go down, the screen comes alive. Another breaking story, another night to survive.
Questions in the shadows, secrets in the dark. Chris is on the mic and we're ready to start.
True crime stories, cases unknown. Digging through the facts till the truth is shown.
No hiding, no running, we're talking it through.
The latest breaking news is coming
Yup.
to you.
Every headline,
Every clue
every story.
coming straight to you. But there's one thing you better know.
Before you type,
Watch the chat. Let's talk with Chris. Turn
Love
it
it.
up and
Love it.
let it rip.
let's talk with Chris. Take the truth and don't let it slip.
True crime. Breaking news.
Right now!
Should have made yours like that.
No, I like mine the way it is.
Yeah, I know. I do like
I'm more
that.
mellow, man.
Welcome here. Let's talk with Chris.
But wait a minute. Before you type, the mods are watching day and night, scanning the chat, keeping things right. Cross
Yep.
the line and they'll handle it tonight.
Now!
Oh, jeez. What I've done to him.
Bring your theories, bring your facts, but watch yourself when the mods attack.
They're watching the words.
They're watching the flow.
You never
Love
know.
it.
The mods will know.
Let's talk with Chris. Turn it up and let it rip. Let's talk with Chris. Watch the chat. Don't lose your grip.
True crime, breaking news, every story, every clue.
The ones are watching.
Love it.
I like it.
Oh, I love it.
It's the same stuff, though. All right, one more and then we can be done. One more.
Okay.
If I can find it. Hold on one second. It's my actual favorite song of
Okay.
if I can find them. Okay, there's that. Hold on. God help it. Let it be this one.
The light just came on.
Just chill, man.
That's what I like it.
Oh, some sax. Come on.
I love it.
Grab your drink, settle in.
This is my favorite by far.
We're diving deep tonight. The light just came on.
That's my jam right there. I like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's smooth.
Sit back, relax. Go ahead and pop that drink. We bout to have some fun. Keep
Just
it
chilling, man. There you go.
True crime stories, breaking news on the break. Cases cold and cases hot. Disappearances, twisted plots. The ones the system forgot. The pain that don't stop. Pull up close, volume up. We ain't playing games. It's the spot where the truth gets spoken. No shades, no chains. Watch yourself in the chat. Don't get out of line. Miles on standby. They'll reach out and snap. facts and the grind. True crime family, one of a kind. So sit down.
That's my jam right here.
That is. I like it.
I got like 50 songs.
Let's make a DVD.
There's a whole show of songs.
Grab a drink, feel the tension, missing persons, cold files, miscarriages of justice. We going in deep, no sleep till we mention every name, every claim. It's the real ascension. From the shadows we put them, the victim, the clues. Family still hurting, headlines we refuse to lose. Twisted motives, alibis that never quite add up. We connect the dots while the system tries to cover up. Chats blowing up, theories flying left and right. But keep it civil, we searching for the light. One case at a time, we honor and we fight for the ones gone too soon, lost in the dead.
Feel like I'm at a concert.
Watch yourself in the chat, don't get out of line. Miles on stand by.
Thank you, Norma.
Snatch you in time. Respect the space, we here for the facts and the grind.
Dee's chilling.
I am chilling.
Sit down. Let's talk about the missing.
There it is.
Sit down.
I love the saxophone, man. It's the best.
I love sax.
Oh.
I love sax.
The show's on, lights are bright. We ain't stopping till the wrong is right. For every family still waiting on answers in the night. We see you, we hear you, we fight.
Yep. There it is for you, dude. There it
Love
is.
it, brother. Love it.
I love the saxophone, man. There ain't nothing better.
Nope. Love it.
That's right, Oleg. Nice chill song before the live.
Absolutely. Then all hell breaks loose.
Let's talk about the missing. Broken cases, missing justice, no dismissing. True crime nights, we shedding light on the hidden. Let's talk with Chris. The truth, we ain't kidding. Yeah, the light's still on. Let's talk with Chris. We never really done. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware. True crime family. We'll be right back there. Sit down. Grab that drink. Watch the chat.
I wish I could grab the drink.
We out here for the missing. And the justice. Peace.
Love it.
Thank you very much. Oh, there it is at the end. That's my
All right.
That's my jam right there.
I love it. That's freaking awesome, brother.
You can do that, you know.
Yeah, I don't know how, and I have to.
It's you don't have to do anything. You go into chat. You go into your chat GBT, and you ask them to make you a song, whatever you want it to be about. I just do Let's Talk with Chris, and I add in like the Devil Dog 88 and stuff. They make the whole song, and then you copy paste it into Suno. And it takes 2 seconds to make. It's the easiest thing I ever done.
Let me go ahead and give you the credit, okay? Let me give you.
All right, because he ain't never gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Norma. I have more, Norma. I have lots. I have like 50 songs saved.
Yeah, don't get him going because
we could have an entire show on songs.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, I love it. You're gonna have to send me that so I can play it to my wife and let her hear what
I will.
You came up with. This is amazing.
It's good stuff, my man.
All right, everybody. So basically, we're gonna just talk about open chat. We're gonna cover everything. Let me make sure I read everything because I know there's some good ones in here. Gotta be Pam, Norma playing, all get some rain. I Oleg, I Pam dancing and folding close as Norma. The song is nice and calming. Absolutely, yes, Oleg, without a doubt.
Hey, I have 2 updates, but nothing about Nancy and nothing about the cadet that was unalived. And I was out doing stuff. Nothing on Elena, but I don't think they ended up having a press conference today, unless I missed it for the cadet. I don't think they did, but again, I was out, but I didn't hear 857 say anything about the press conference. All I heard was him saying it's a shame because they haven't 2 days in a row, no press conference, just kind of like Nancy Guthrie. So what I have is, did I play you the Chucky mask the other day? The guy that was running around Philadelphia with the Chucky mask?
Well, I don't know if you played that. I saw it on TV.
They ID'd him, so he is found. He was scaring the crap out of people, man.
Well, who wouldn't when you got Chucky running around like that?
I'm glad they got him. Go ahead now. You know,
and then saying like, it's time to unalive, or stuff like that to him as he's running with him.
Yeah,
that would be pretty freaky.
That lady, the jogger girl, man, he freaked her out. She darted across the street. Good thing she didn't get hit by a car. I mean, really, what an idiot, dude, right? Really,
no doubt about it.
That's the type of guy. Lock his ass up, lock him away somewhere, and he won't. He'll get a slap on the wrist, and then he'll come out as somebody else next month. The other, really not, it's an update, but story. So here in Massachusetts, at the camp my son used to go to, Camp Chickamy, a tree branch fell off a tree, landed on top of an 8-year-old kid and the counselor. The counselor was not injured, and the kid, the 8-year-old, was severely injured. Unfortunately, he passed away yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's a bummer there. And then, so that sucks for him.
That must have been a real big tree, I would think.
Yeah, it was a pretty good sized branch. I think they said it was like 9 or 10 inches round, thick.
Oh, wow.
And
That's pretty. Yeah,
it's a big. It was a long one, so it was. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So it came down. It got him in the head, So, but a bummer, unfortunately.
No doubt.
And there's nothing else. These update quick things you guys wouldn't know about, but a woman stole from Walmart. Then she got pulled over by the officer, and then she decided to drag him over 100 yards with her car. And then he fell off. That's crazy.
How did he get stuck? Why did he let go?
Probably through the window.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
He set the window up. He's like, hey!
Yeah.
Oh, God.
She had weapons on her.
Oh, wow.
She had a stolen gun in her car.
Jesus.
The officer suffered scrapes and bruises, was treated at the hospital and released. It doesn't say. Well, from the picture, he was halfway in the car. So he was, reaching in to obviously get the keys, or I wonder if she pulled the gun,
Oh, God.
So,
wow.
Yeah, but he's okay, though.
Good,
unbelievable.
Good. And I know some of these things are just crazy.
It is just unbelievable what people will do to get away from.
She's going to jail because with the stolen weapon, and that type of thing, she knows she's going to do some time. She's probably, hell no, I'm going for it all.
Yep.
Damn.
Mom blocked child's dad from leaving work, slapped and fatally stabbed him in front of multiple people. Okay.
Oh, wow.
What boy, what kind of world do we live in?
Oh, shit.
She done snapped. She was like, I'm just going to go.
Take the kid, relax.
Yeah, it was a rough day yesterday around.
Wow.
Yeah, there was some. Did you see the plane that crashed into the police helicopter?
No, I saw something on the news, but I didn't really catch it, to be honest.
Yeah, but luckily only one civilian died. Luckily.
So it was a plane that crashed into a helicopter.
It was a plane that crashed into the helicopter at the airport.
Wow.
I don't know whether the plane was coming in or taking off or whatever, but crazy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. Woman sleeping in bed with boyfriend sees roommate walk in and smile before shooting them.
Oh, God. Must have been her boyfriend.
You guys up? Bye-bye.
Must have been her boyfriend she saw.
Unbelievable, man.
She
Like,
smiled. She smiled until the boyfriend got her out of the covers. And then she was like, "Oh hell no!"
he walked in. He's like, "Shit, that ain't me."
Oh my lord!
Let me go get my. Unbelievable. He was targeted over. Prosecutors and Charlie Kirk's killing say engraved bullet suggests he was targeted over politics. Can you imagine carving like sentences into a bullet? I mean, that's
well, you got to be a moron to do that. That some bitch go off any moment, you know.
That's crazy. I know, right? As you're carving, like that was stupid.
Kapow!
What happened?
That would have been a rude awakening.
You know what happened? Well, you know,
I shot my toe off.
I was engraving on my bullets. I don't get it. 58-year-old man arrested for allegedly shooting woman in Duncanville road rage incident. See, you can't even. You road rage these days. Don't say nothing. Just keep going. It's not even worth it. It's just really not.
My Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yep. Lakewood man arrested, accused of killing his wife while children slept. Well, at least he let them sleep.
That's like going out with a bang.
Well, yeah.
Literally.
Unbelievable. Teen accused of butchering beloved artist in mall attack that shocked quiet California beach neighborhood. See? And this is just on the front page. It's just all these little news clippings that this crazy ass world we live in. So
sorry, guys.
That's about it.
They're ready to go. Let's get this going. Let's get this show on the road. So what we have is I'm going to play a video. Tell me what you think. I think this might be the one Chris was talking about as far as the one he heard. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This is just a video that you might want to hear and see. Okay, here we go.
A witness that claims she saw an altercation at Horn.
The district attorney said the grand jury would receive all the evidence collected in the case. But evidence only matters if someone actually hands it over. Think of a cell phone sitting at the bottom of a boat bag, not lost, not destroyed, just never turned on. The screen still holds the timestamp. The timestamp still holds the truth. And for 2 days, nobody looked at it.
What witnesses? Where? Who, what, where, why, and when?
I have not spoken publicly about this before, but I witnessed an altercation involving Nolan Wells from a boat nearby. What I saw has stayed with me, and I believe it's important information. I have provided.
A new witness now claims she saw an altercation on Horn Island. Not a rumor, not a theory. A direct account placed in writing describing an argument that escalated after a dispute involving Nolan Wells' phone.
Or intend to provide my account to the appropriate investigators because Nolan's family deserves the truth. Out of respect for the ongoing investigation, I won't speculate beyond what I personally observed. While I was on the boat near the area, I witnessed an altercation involving Nolan Wells and...
She says she heard Nolan yelling for his phone to be returned. Then she says the argument continued after the group reached shore. Then she describes a physical fight involving Nolan and multiple people. Then she says a young woman told them to stop.
Several other individuals. I saw what appeared to be an argument that escalated after there was a dispute involving Nolan's phone. I heard Nolan yelling for his phone to be returned. The argument continued after the group reached shore, and I observed a physical fight involving Nolan and multiple people. I also observed a young woman telling them to stop. At that point, I left the area because the situation had appeared to be getting worse.
And then she left. She did not remain long enough to witness what happened afterward. Read that again. She saw enough to describe a fight. She saw enough to describe a phone being withheld. She saw enough to describe a woman trying to intervene, but she did not see what happened next. The paperwork already knew.
The individuals that she saw, hey, I just want to say I was a passenger on another boat and I saw the argument between you guys, and we'll go to the police with this information. I also have video footage. My husband doesn't show much, but it shows the argument that was taken and how you guys were upset at Nolan because of the young lady.
That from Secret Service Sam on TikTok.
Now she says she messaged one of the individuals she saw. Her words, I saw the argument between you guys and will go to the police with this information. She also says she has video footage. Her husband took it. It does not show much, she admits, but it shows the argument.
If there is a witness who has a husband with her on the boat and they took a certain amount of video, it could change everything, especially if the video is time stamped. Straight out to veteran trial lawyer, defense attorney Philip Dubay joining me. He's joining us out of LA.
A time-stamped video from a boat near Horn Island on July 4th would not be a minor detail. It would establish whether Nolan Wells was still alive after the Triton left at approximately 4:30. It would either corroborate or collapse the timeline provided by the acquaintances who say they left without him.
Philip, first of all, has she turned it into police? She said she was. If she hasn't, I give her no credibility at all. Look, I want this to be true. Why? Because I want the video. I want to see the timestamp on the video. I want to see, was he still on Horn Island at 4:30 when his acquaintances on the Triton boat left? I want that video. And if she hasn't brought this forward to LE, law enforcement, then it means nothing to.
Veteran trial lawyer Philip Dubet raised the central problem. If the witness has not given the video to law enforcement, then her public statements mean nothing. Not because she is lying, but because an investigation runs on evidence, not online posts.
To me, I mean, if I know a young man turns up dead in the water, and I know there's a controversy surrounding this, I mean, we know she knows that because she's gone online and posted it, then why not hand it over to police?
He asked the question directly. If a young man turns up dead in the water and a witness.
That's part of that one. Okay. So I didn't want to, that's actually not the one I wanted, but it's the same thing. The other one is more of a debate. And so I'm going to see if I can pull that one up. Okay. Give me a second. And if you can think anything offhand, Chris, by all means, let me know. Let's see here. I think it's. Let's see if this is it. All right, everybody.
Wells investigation into the death of a shining star, Nolan Wells, has an altercation witness emerged. A witness that claims she saw an altercation at Horn Island. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
Happy birthday, Nolan. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Nolan. Happy birthday, Nolan. Happy birthday. Encore. Happy birthday. Give me the choir. Happy birthday.
I look at my own children and I can't even imagine what his parents are carrying today, because underneath this investigation and the fight for answers are parents who lost their baby. He should be celebrating 19 here with us. Happy birthday, Nolan. If you can, please take a moment to share his name and keep his family in your thoughts today. I know I will be.
Okay. How is this helping the investigation?
I have not spoken publicly about this before, but I witnessed an altercation involving Nolan Wells from a boat nearby. What I saw has stayed with me, and I believe it's important information. I have provided or intend to provide my account to the appropriate investigators because Nolan's family deserves the truth. Out of respect for the ongoing investigation, I won't speculate beyond what I personally observed. While I was on the boat near the area, I witnessed an altercation involving Nolan Wells and several other individuals. I saw what appeared to be an argument that escalated after there was a dispute involving Nolan's phone. I heard Nolan yelling for his phone to be returned. The argument continued after the group reached shore, and I observed a physical fight involving Nolan and multiple people. I also observed a young woman telling them to stop. At that point, I left the area because the situation had appeared to be getting worse. I did not remain long enough to witness what happened afterward. Everything beyond what I personally observed would be speculation, so I cannot honestly say what occurred after I left. Then she said she messaged one of the individuals that she saw, hey, I just want to say I was a passenger on another boat and I saw the argument between you guys and we'll go to the police with this information. I also have video footage. My husband doesn't show much, but it shows the argument that was taken and how you guys were upset at Nolan because of the young lady.
That from Secret Service Sam on TikTok. I'm trying to make sense of so many people online making comments. Now, if this is true, if there is a witness who has a husband with her on the boat and they took a certain amount of video, it could change everything, especially if the video is time stamped. Straight out to veteran trial lawyer, defense attorney Philip Dubay joining me. He's joining us out of LA, formerly in the public defender's office. They try a ton of cases. Philip, first of all, has she turned it into police? She said she was. If she hasn't, I give her no credibility at all. Look, I want this to be true. Why? Because I want the video. I want to see the timestamp on the video. I want to see, was he still on Horn Island at 4:30 when his acquaintances on the Triton boat left? I want that video. And if she hasn't brought this forward to LE, law enforcement, then it means nothing to me. I mean, if I know a young man turns up dead in the water, and I know there's a controversy surrounding this. I mean, we know she knows that because she's gone online and posted it. Then why not hand it over to police?
Agreed. And it should go to the grand jury for part of their investigation. But I got to tell you, if I were cross-examining her, should this even go to trial, the first question I'd ask her on that 4th of July, what she had been drinking. Before that video got activated, everybody would want to
put him up.
And smoke. You know how many people were partying?
Okay, man. Have you lost your mind? You defend criminal cases. I bet everybody you put on the stand has either been high, drunk, or worse during the altercation. Well, every witness is not a nun, a priest, or a virgin. Everybody.
How rude she is to her guests.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
I could never be on
I
that.
want the video.
Hell no. I'd be through the fucking. I'd be through the cameras. You know, what the hell,
That would
man?
be the video.
Remember, Nancy.
Okay.
You're doing her a freaking favor.
Brandon Tatum is joining us.
This is the
So
one.
after all that, all you have to say is, was she drinking? That's your takeaway from that. Joining me is Brandon Tatum, former police officer, Tucson, now star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube, who famously has interviewed the acquaintances who all say they had nothing to do with it. Let's just put that out there. He's interviewed them extensively. I want to talk about not what you want to talk about, Brandon Tatum, which is they had nothing to do with this, because I met them and I believe them. So noted. Can we talk about a potential witness to an altercation? And she seems to suggest it was over Katie.
Come on.
Why? Don't know what the altercation was. Maybe it was, hey, leave her alone and get on the boat, or leave her alone. She's my girlfriend, or it could be anything. But if there is a witness placing Nolan seemingly in the water, I can't tell that, but having an argument with another person, a partier at Horn Island, that is significant. It could prove or disprove your friend's timeline.
Well, Nancy, I think that it's a big obstacle to climb here because I've never heard of this altercation whatsoever. Nobody that I've talked to have alluded that this altercation was real. And also Katie, whom I saw her text messages, she didn't even say this altercation occurred. What I will say is that if I was an investigator in this investigation, I want to hear that. I want to be able to compare that information to other things that we may have or other witness statements. But I don't think it's significant because it doesn't show if Nolan Wells was actually killed in that altercation. She's claiming that there was an altercation between him arguing with somebody else. There was a potential fight, but that doesn't get me to how did he drown? How did he get in the water? And how did he not recover and come home to his family? So I would take that into consideration. I would compare that to the other
That's the number one thing.
Interviews that I've done, but I don't think it's significant whatsoever. However, I would be incredibly skeptical because there's no other statements that I've heard from anybody that comes even close to an altercation.
Okay, so the reason I play this, and I know a lot of people don't really want to hear anything about this case because we've dragged this through the mud, but the reason I play this is so the idea that if it's real, obviously it comes into play. But here's the kicker. If this never makes it, if it's not real, it is what it is, But here's the problem. Information that is gathered is always important to, if it's real, to put it in your thing, right? Now, understand this. I don't know if you guys know this or not. But here's why I'm a big stickler about any type of evidence from anyone. Because when you submit information in, right, and it goes to the grand jury in Mississippi, okay, it goes to the grand jury. It's not guaranteed, or it's not even probable that you're going to even see what was in the grand jury. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not even... Most likely, you're never going to know what the grand jury actually heard. Do you understand that? Now, you can go ahead and do your, FOIA request and all this stuff. And there's some criteria that if it meets that it's going to hamper their investigations in the future with other cases, they're not going to tell you. Okay? They're not going to say. They're going to deny it. And then you can take it up the channels and keep fighting to get that record released, right? But if it's sealed, it's going to be a long time before you get that record because it's going to go through the process. That's why it's always important. That's why I'm a stickler about everybody's word on what they say about the case. Because if that grand jury doesn't hear, and I'm not talking about this latest thing. This is just something that came out within the last couple of days, okay, right, that I'm aware of. This is something that just came out the last couple of days. I'm not even talking about that. What I'm saying is you may never know what the grand jury heard. So when we talk about, remember when they were talking about the two witnesses that saw Nolan on the island? Remember that? The two witnesses that they saw, yep, the witnesses said they saw the younger kids. I'm going to call them kids. They were younger. Mm-hmm. Okay. So how do we know that that was even in the records? Just because they went to the cops doesn't mean if they don't think it's valid or they don't think it's right, they don't have to put it in there. My point is, it's all important. Everything's important. Okay. Tatum was quick to say about this latest person who claimed this, which I don't know if it's real or not, honestly. But he was quick to say, well, I would have to see, I haven't heard about this. This is not, I would have to find out how this is credible, what this person, that. Well, that's everything in every case. In every case, you have to find out whether it's credible. But here's the thing. When you go to the grand jury, you don't know what the hell they're reading. You don't know what they're going by. They could honestly find this as a simple, literally, drowning. Or they could find this as simple as it's something happened. My point is, we, the people, we don't know what was in there. And that's why I'm always a stickler about the information. I'm always big about you got to have everybody's thought. And that's why I don't believe that no one saw what happened. No one wants to get involved. Now, they're not going to tell you in the grand jury if they release anything. They're not going to tell you who the people were that came out, on whichever side and said, yeah, we saw him, we didn't see him, whatever the case may be. They're not going to give you any witnesses information. They're not even going to tell you who voted, what way, what was voted. You're just going to have to trust that these people on the grand jury is going to make a fair and honest assessment. Now, we already see that there's a lot of conflict between the family and the DA. We already see that there's a lot of different views of opinion for that matter. This is why you're not seeing a lot of cooperation by both parties. This is why you're not seeing it. And so what does that cause when you don't see that cooperation from both sides? Well, then the people like us, we watch this and we say, Jesus, is this accurate or this is not? Did they hear all the information or did they not? And that's the problem. That's one of the reasons I believe, in my opinion, that you did not have the family go ahead and give this phone up like they should have from day one, because there was no trust. Now, there was a agreement by the DA and the family that they were going to both listen to this together. That was agreed by the DA. So it's not like the DA is saying, we haven't got the phone, we need the phone now. No, that wasn't what they agreed on. That was already stipulated and publicly known. Now, according to the family, they're saying we're waiting for them to tell us when to meet, where to meet, what time, and we'll go ahead and have our people there, our investigators, and they'll have their investigators, and they'll both go ahead and listen to it at the same time, along with possibly the FBI. That's what they agreed to. So the idea that the family is just holding the phone back because they want to, that's not fair to say. That's not fair to say. They're holding it back probably, if anything, is because A, they had an agreement already, and B, they don't trust the process of what's happening. And that's why you have the dilemma that we have right now. So I don't know if Nolan Wells was an accident. I don't know if there was anything nefarious. I'm open to whatever the facts say. But you got to have the facts. Just because two people tell you, yep, two people. I mean, could you imagine if they went in there to the grand jury and they put in there, yeah, Billy and Joey went ahead and said that they saw him at 6:30, and they weren't drinking and they were just out there walking, and we saw them. If that's all they say, then what? The sheriff goes to put that in his report and then takes it to the grand jury and then says what? We have two people who stated, and he's going to tell them their names. They're not allowed to give this information out. And he's going to say they went ahead and saw him at such and such time. And that's it. You can only go by what you're given as far as information. But who says that that's even valid just because it was said like that? Do you understand what I'm saying? You got to have a thorough investigation. I've seen mistakes already being made. Now I heard something in reference to the fact that, now this is just what I heard. This is not factual. I have not fact checked this. But it was stated in one of the lives or videos that I watched from one of the streamers that they might have actually got the wrong boat, that they did check a boat, but it could have been the wrong boat. And the reason they're saying that is because of the name that they gave of what boat they could not get the GPS out of, is because that wasn't the boat that actually they were talking about. It was a different boat, same first name of the boat. The back name wasn't the same. I guess it's something with the names of these boats. And so the idea now is that, okay, so if you can't get the GPS information, they say we can't get it. Well, it's probably because it doesn't exist. It's not, it was the wrong boat they checked. Now, that's what I heard. Is it true? I don't know. I have no skin in the game, so I don't know if it's true. But what I will tell you is when this stuff starts coming out, you see where possibly the ball could have been dropped. And that's all I wanted to say about this case. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot of information come out. But just remember this. If you take anything away from this, remember this. They don't have to show the American people what they presented to the grand jury. By law, they don't have to. And if they want to go ahead and get a FOIA, the sheriff doesn't have to release it. And they can take it as high as they want to go. And that's just going to be time consuming. By then, short of the family that really wants to know what happened to their son, no one else is really going to give a hill of beans, in my opinion. When I say no one, not a lot of people are going to care. It's going to be old news. That's why facts do matter. That's why information does matter. And that's why you always have to look. You can't say, well, somebody said this, so therefore it's factual. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. What's factual is whatever they present to the grand jury, and the jury says this is either yay or nay. That's when it becomes factual. Up until that point, all they can go is what they're given, right? So you don't know what's being presented. There's a reason why you're not knowing what's being presented. And a lot of it has to do with retaliation, giving information about the witnesses, them getting blamed because nothing was found or something was found, yada, yada, yada. That's why it's important. So I just wanted to go ahead, share that with you, because that's what you have to look at on the big picture. That's the big picture. Whatever they present is what they're going to go by, the grand jury. We may never know. We may never know unless it gets to all the way to the Supreme Court, and then they decide, yeah, you got to release it. Well, how long do you think that's going to take? It's going to take quite a while, because they can appeal it. And by then, you think anybody's going to give 2 iotas about what happened in this case? Short of the family, probably not a whole lot of people are going to care. I'm just telling you, that's the realistic of how this works. All right. So if you want to fact check what I just said, fact check it. You'll see. They don't have to present it. They don't have to present that information, and they probably won't. Not because they're trying to hide something, but they won't, because they sometimes, most of the time, they rarely do present that. You know, that's just the way it works. But that's why you have so much back and forth, is because I believe the family, through their attorneys, know that it's not a given. This could be one of the reasons why you heard one of the people talking, I think it was Crump, who said, hey, let our pathologist, let him be in the room. Their pathologist is not going to be in the room. It's only going to be what is stated from the state. So if there's no trust now, I sure as hell don't think you're going to get any trust down the road in whatever the verdict is on either side. You got to remember that. That's now what I'm telling you, from what I read, that's the best I can give you. So anybody open to any questions? Chris, you got anything?
What time is dinner? No. I have one thing. Who's lying?
I don't know.
Is it the kids or is it the witness now? Because now they're saying it was a fight over Nolan's phone, which we've heard before.
Right.
But the phone was on the boat. And
right.
Then it brings me to my next question. Who was the fight with? Was it with strangers, or was it with Wyatt and Warren and them? How did they end up with his phone?
Yeah, good question. And I don't know. I really don't know.
So if he left it on the boat, then that witness lady is lying. But if he didn't leave it on the boat, then his friends are lying.
And the key is, what is the grand jury going to hear?
I hope they hear it all.
So do I.
I hope.
That's what we get back down to the nitty gritty. What is the grand jury going to hear?
I mean, I don't. If they hear everything, they have to go forward with this.
Now, I did hear something today, also from another stream when I was listening. I was listening while I was mowing, and I did hear another thing, and that was that apparently there was a leak. There was a leak. I don't know if it's true or not, but this is what I heard, that there was a leak and that they are actually now investigating this as a criminal case, not basically not a innocent drowning. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's definitely
got to be, because there's too many. Wait a minute. We've heard, look, just off the top of my head, the grand jury just needs to hear this, in my opinion. Warren say, "Oh, no, we didn't know Katie. Nolan just met her today on the island, and blah 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 blah. Nobody knew her." So okay, and then Warren a little bit later on during his interview said, "Oh well, we couldn't get him on the boat, and we were looking for him, so I texted Katie, and I didn't get a reply. But then we all started texting Katie. Well, wait a minute, you just said you didn't know Katie." Mm-hmm. And if you just met her that day, you're not going to have her number. None of your friends are going to have that number. That would be Nolan. Now, we heard back then that, the argument was over Nolan yelling, "Give me my phone back, give me my phone back." Then we heard, no, the phone was on the boat. He left it on the boat. But now we have this new witness coming out saying, no, it was fighting over his phone. They wouldn't give him his phone back. Okay, well, if I'm in the grand jury, then I'm like, all right, so there's 4 different stories. Send it forward. Let's go. I mean, it's just, come on now, man.
No, I mean, and that's the whole thing. I mean, for me, that's the big picture, is that, you have to understand that when they're getting this information, mm-hmm. it's all coming from either side, right? Here's the kicker. The victim can't speak. Okay? So the victim can't tell you what happened to him.
Nope.
You follow me? So now the victim is counting on everybody else or anybody that would have heard this to speak up, because he can't do it. Okay? So it's almost like, when you hear about someone going into a house and pewing somebody, they got to figure it out, because that victim can't get up and say, "Yeah, I saw him. He looks like this and he did this to me."
Right.
It's just common sense.
Right.
So the reality is that when you're given information, it's not like just because you say that it's confirmed as in it's factual. When they were talking about, Chris, when you were just mentioning about the text messages that apparently, I think it was Warren said that he saw, and Tatum said he saw the. Do we know who actually texted that message?
No,
we don't. We don't know who texted it. I don't care if it was her phone or not. Katie, just so you guys know, Katie never said. And I want to reiterate this. Katie never said that she watched Nolan go to the back and to the boat and said she thought he was going to get on. That was confirmed by the sister. The sister's the one that said that.
Right.
Not Katie.
Katie hasn't said anything out to us.
Said nothing to nobody except supposedly the sheriff.
Well, yeah.
And Warren's family.
Yep.
And even Warren's family, that came from the sister and the mother.
Right.
They said that Katie had given all the information to the sheriff as the same information they gave to Nolan's mom.
Yeah.
So the idea that she confirmed this, that, and the other, that's I mean, I just don't buy it.
No.
I just don't buy it. So I'm not saying they did anything, because I honestly don't know.
Nope.
Here's what I would do. I would go ahead and tell, if I was a grand jury, I would tell the sheriff, continue to investigate these different things that are coinciding. Continue. We want to hear more information about, each one individual statement, what they wrote, what they said. We want to hear about everybody in particularly that has that has something to play in the game, and then we'll go ahead and make that decision. In other words, go do back your research again and get some more information that we can actually make an honest assessment. That's what I would hope that the grand jury says. Not that they find anybody, like to charge or not charge, but just because what I'm hearing is, or what I'm in my line of work that I have done, what I'm seeing is you're going to get the bare bone minimum. That's just it. Why? It's what they said. Well, does that make it legit? I don't know, but it's what they said. You follow me? There's just, and that's on both sides. That's not just on one side. So I don't know who's guilty. I don't know. I don't even want to speculate who's guilty or who's innocent.
No.
All I want to know is how in the hell did Nolan Wells get in the water? You heard that from that individual telling you. That's the most crucial. That's what I've been saying from day one. That's the most crucial thing. How did he get in the water? You have to ask that question because that's going to determine, where exactly, why. That's going to determine how he probably either became unalive or what somebody could have done to him to make him unalive. That's why it's the most important thing.
Right.
And of course, and then of course, if he was on the boat or not. Go ahead, Chris.
And then from what they said, his body, the condition his body was in is telling me he was in the water for a long time.
Yeah.
Because his face was really, you couldn't tell really.
They had to take dental records to show who the hell he was.
Right. And so what that tells me, and I mean, I went up this tree a while ago. I don't know if it was on here though, but the reason that happens is how long you've been in the water, but more so it's everything that's eating away at the body. And it's not even the big fish, it's the little nibbler fish.
Yep.
They gone, see you later. And then he was found in the shallow pots of water. So, and what I was thinking too is that if he's in there, low tide, high tide, coming in, coming out, and the waves coming in and coming out, he's just scraping along the sand. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like sandpaper to the face. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he was in the water for a while.
And you also got to remember the temperature of the water was about 85 degree plus is what I heard today. So the temperature of the water is 85 degrees.
Yep. That doesn't help the body either.
That doesn't help it anything. That actually decays it quicker. Doesn't preserve it. And so now you're really seeing a decay. And like I said, guys, this could be honest, truly, this could be a total accident.
It could be.
It could be as simple as that.
Yep.
As well as it could be as simple as someone did this to me. It's really that simple, right? It's just that we just don't have all the information. My concern, as I stated before, my concern as a person who's covering this case is that I don't know, because I know how I hate to say this, but I know how the back door conversations go. When the prosecutor's talking to the judge, when the prosecutor's talking to the defense, and they're all just drinking a cup of coffee and laughing and having a good old time, because at the end of the day, they're going home. Okay?
Yeah.
And I know the conversations because I've been in those conversations. I have seen those conversations. They do exist. And when I leave, I'm shaking my head like, damn. Like, if people only freaking knew, if people only knew, like, how much these people give a damn about the individual. Can't speak that for the everybody, but I can tell you, I see those backdoor conversations. I've been in them.
Yeah.
So the idea that they're going to really like, well, what do you think? Well, I don't know. They're gonna no. It's like, hey, George, what's going? Oh, yeah. By the way, what do you think? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. He should have been in there. Dumbass should have not been there. That type of thing.
Yep.
And that's the kind of verbiage you hear, whether it's any case. So all I'm saying is I don't know if it was an accident or if it was something nefarious. All I can tell you is, in order to get a good understanding, is you have to know that whatever the grand jury tells you, they're only going by what they get. And you're never going to be able to say, wait a minute, that person said this. Why wasn't that in there? That person said that. Why wasn't that in there? We don't get to see that. Not in the grand jury.
No.
And that's the problem. That's the problem that I have. Even though I know that's how it works, that's the problem that I have, because whatever they're told, hey, it is what it is.
Yes,
that's just how it is, everybody.
We did talk about that earlier today, or was it now? No, I think it was just now. We did talk about the 3 bodies, 3 different days in Minneapolis.
Yes, we did.
We'll look into it and see what we can come up with.
Nancy does not hold back. Pam, Tusi, I'm hanging in there. Thank you. Al, Carol, yeah, at times, right. Tusi, I'm watching his eyes. Norma, April, you like Nancy Grace, but is someone who has called her out. His name is Edward Polzik about the audio and Nolan and on Nolan. Please check it out. Very, very true. Her show, they don't have to go in and take the beating. No doubt. They go on her show for what reason? Because it's a big, it's all around. Everybody gets a chance to hear it, right? Yep. So they're going to go on a platform like that. They're going to take their chances and their whippings and their beatings because they get to go ahead and say their point. And it's on TV, it's on live, it's on Nancy Grace. Everybody's watching, or everybody that gets into this type of thing is watching. That's why they do it. I personally wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying. True, April. Norma, I am not a big fan of hers, but she gets info. It seems no one else has. Why I check her out. Okay. I mean, I'll be honest. I never used to watch her until I started doing these cases. And then I thought, you know what? She's got her connections on who she can get information from.
Oh, God.
Let's not kid ourselves, guys. She'll get more information than any YouTuber will ever get. She'll get more information than Brian Enton will get. Okay, that's how well she's connected to the top. Okay, let's just be honest. Not to say Brian Enton is not a person who can get it from me. He's got his sources too. But Nancy's on TV. There's a reason why she gets paid the money she gets paid. Okay, this because people respect her. Whether you like her or not, that's a different story. But people do respect her reach in getting information. She's a little too dramatic for me. Someone saw what happened. In my opinion, feel very strong about that. It's hard not to see that. But if people just don't come forward, what do? Carolina, all officials have left house. Crime scene. Tape is down. 857 is leaving flowers at the house. Good job. Thank you for that, Carolina girl. Appreciate that. April.
So there's this lady. Her name is.
I don't even know her name, honestly.
What'd you say?
Oh, who, me?
Yeah.
I said, I don't even know her name, honestly. When you said her name and you...
Oh, no. I somehow I muted it. But her name is Caitlin Brochard.
Caitlin Brochard.
Yeah. Brochard. She said in a interview post over here, we were parked right next to them, and he was nowhere in sight when we left at 7:30. That's what she says.
That they were parked right next to whose boat?
Their boat. I guess so, but they left at 4:30.
Well, that's interesting.
Or she was just meaning we were parked next to them, and he was nowhere in sight when we left at 7:30. So they didn't see him at all. I don't think that means that they had left.
True. That's true.
But my question is, why would you be looking for Nolan? You know what I'm saying? You're not
true.
Why would you be looking for Nolan everywhere? You had nothing to do with
You're
him.
not going to be looking for him, but I would say he would stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm just like,
but yeah, you're right. That's
why
a good
would you be
point.
scanning the beach or the water for Nolan? You're not even like,
you don't even probably know who he is.
You don't even know who he is.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good point.
You know what I mean? I could go. I mean, I could go where there was, every single person was purple, and my best friend was yellow, but I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be scanning through everything for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with that. And I do agree with what you're saying, Todd. Absolutely. Pam.
So that's crazy to me.
Yeah, without a doubt.
There's so much. There's these little video pieces that are just out there.
I think this case is kind of like, well, this case is just like, if you want to be honest about it, it's just like the Marley Kinney case in Kentucky.
Yep.
How does no one see her get off the boat? And it wasn't just her; it was 6 people that got out to take a leak or do whatever. How did everybody come back but her? And how did nobody know she wasn't on there? How is that even possible? It's not like you can hide on a boat. And yet she's gone. And I keep following that case, and all I see is the park rangers are still investigating the case and whatnot. That's it. It's like, damn, man, like at some point, you would think you would call for some assistance or ask other agencies who may have better expertise, but I don't know. I'm just saying. But it's the same thing. We don't know what happened. And that case may end up being she's just, unknown. Cause of death unknown with the underlining of drowning. Or, maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. It's just frustrating because you just want the right thing to be done.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. If he freakily had an accident, so be it. He just had an accident. It happens.
Yep.
Especially when you mix alcohol. It happens. Let's not kid ourselves. But it also, to think that everything is factual just because someone tells you, that don't mean jack.
No.
You have to verify what they're telling you. That's when you remember when I tell you, you take a specific that someone says, and then you verify if that specific that they said is legit, then it's a fact.
Right.
But it's not legit, it's not a fact.
Nope.
And that's how you have to approach it. I'm not sure everybody sees that or sees that that's how you look at things. And you know what? There could be other people on different platforms with more experience than I that have a better way of explaining it or a different theory on it. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. It's just the idea that the grand jury only hears what they're given. And I think that's the problem with the family, and that's the problem with the DA. There's too much untrust. And it could go because of history, or it could just be because of what's going on now. Because up until that point, what did we all say? Man, we know he was raised well. I mean, his mom and dad, they just want the truth. At the beginning, we were like, they just want the truth. They just want this and this. And then we started seeing players come into the equation, and then it became more than that. And now it's like, God only knows. So, April, it was said at the beginning Wyatt was there, and then it came out he was in a fight. Yes. April, we never heard of Bart. We never even heard of Bart. How does that happen? How does that happen, Chris? We never heard of Bart.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi, kitty.
How is that? You hear me?
I do.
How is that? We never heard of Bart until when? Until it came out that he was towing the boat.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't know because I'm not sure.
Whose grandfather canceled the tow?
Wyatt's.
Yep. Wyatt's grandfather. Tussie, did anyone hear about the 3 bodies they found in Minneapolis in 3 different days? We check on that. We covered what we covered on Minneapolis was the, oh God, what was that? The daycare. It was the daycare that we covered.
Oh yeah.
Remember the guy that went in there and
Yep.
Yeah, we covered that one. We'll have to look at that to see. Hell, I think Warren's grandfather, how did they end up with his keys and phone? Please hit the like and subscribe, everybody.
It's
There's
cuddle
Chris's
time.
YouTube.
It's cuddle time with the kitty.
Yeah, I can tell. It's a
cuddling.
good. It looks like a good pillow.
So soft, like a cloud.
What kind is that?
Maine Coon.
That's it. They can get like huge.
Yeah,
right?
my other one, my orange and white one's probably about 25, 30 pounds. Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, he's big. She's tiny. She's small. But she's mine. She's my baby. She only does like me.
Hey, look. Bandit, get off the table.
Dog's yelling at his kitty.
Water submersion, says Todd. All right, everybody. I just wanted to go ahead and share that little piece there with you because I think it was important.
Yes,
I don't have any take either which way. Honestly, I don't know. My gut feeling tells me there's probably more questions that need to be answered and asked.
Lots
more. And whether they get answered or asked, I don't know. They did say that. They're just waiting. Now, the other thing I heard too, though, was today was not only that this is actually they're looking at this now as a criminal case. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But they did say that the grand jury is looking at this right now, currently. So, and then my question is, well, how can they look at it if they haven't even looked at the phone? They haven't even really talked about the phone.
Because they can't get a freaking date to do it.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like how. So I don't know what really to believe. Just all I can say is have an open mind. Have an open mind because you never know where something will go down that slippery slope. I have a Maine Coon as well, says Sue. All right. What do we got about the cop? What we know, Chris? Any other information about anyone?
Nothing? Nope, not at all. But I do have to make an announcement. I have to go in like 2 minutes. Unfortunately, I have to leave you. You'll be all right though. Don't cry. And I know, I know. And
don't go, young brother. Don't go. I really need you here.
I know. I mean, just you'll do fine. You'll do fine.
Okay. Thanks.
But really? Yes, I do have to jet in a minute. And I will only be on the show tomorrow for a few, unless you're on longer, because I have to go chauffeur my freaking father-in-law around, because I'm a taxi.
Tomorrow won't be in the morning because I gotta go and do that big home. So
perfect.
It'll probably be, I don't know, what's a good time for you, Chris?
Oh, I don't care. Anytime after that. Anytime after.
How about tomorrow we'll look at be on a safe side, 11 noon?
Noon.
Okay, let's do noon tomorrow.
Noon. Yeah.
Okay,
right,
we'll see you here tomorrow.
All right, y'all. Love you all in their what is that thing called? Chat. Great to see you guys.
God bless, brother.
I will catch you in the morning.
Thank you for that video, man. It was good. That audio. It was awesome.
Tunes. I'll send that
you. Love it.
All right, my man.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Later. So that's the only thing I'm going to say about the case, because I know we beat that like an unalive horse. It's just young age. You know what I mean? You're such a young age, and you're going ahead, and you're not in this world anymore. That's tough, man. That's tough to swallow for anybody. I can only just imagine if that was my kid, right? Only if that was my kid, what would I do? What would you guys expect to be done if that was your kid? You know what I'm saying? Put yourself in those shoes. What would you expect? If I put my son, my only son, into that role of Nolan, what would I be wanting to see? What would I be wanting the questions to be asked? You follow me? When you do that, it hits home big time, literally. So, yeah. Anybody got any thoughts on anything with this case or anything? Any questions at all? Anybody? I might be checking out people beyond the kids on the boat, says Barney. I might be checking out people. Absolutely. Here's the thing, everybody. We know there's a lot of people, right? All those people, for better lack of words, are potential witnesses. I wouldn't call them suspect. I would say potential witnesses. So you talk to everybody. I mean, you go back and you look at that caption of everybody out there, and you write down all the names you can write down on the boats, right? Write down who was out there, and you start asking, who's this person? Who's this? And you start picking it apart until you got most of the people, as many as you can identify. And then you go ahead and start calling them in and talking to them, or going to their house, knocking on their door and saying, hey, you know, we have a situation. We know you were there. What can you tell us? You know, and sometimes it takes a while, but if you do things right, it's supposed to take a while. It's not supposed to happen overnight. Just go ask Nanos. It doesn't happen overnight. Barney, Clancy's jury was sent home from a court early today. Yeah, I was going to cover some of the things on that. What do you guys think? I mean, have you guys read up on anything on the Clancy case by any chance? Adults concerning illegal drugs in Nolan's case. That could be why they're keeping everything quiet, Barney. That's a good point. That's a very good point. You know, word gets out on somebody, an adult who was providing the alcohol and or the narcotics. That's some serious stuff there. I also heard, remember I was telling you about what I heard today about them going ahead and talking about, they were talking about that there was a leak, right? Remember I telling you there was a leak that said that they're now looking at this as a criminal case. And then I told you that they were also that about the person who now is coming out saying that they saw something. Well, there's also another thing that they're saying too, is that God, what was that? It just slipped my mind. Damn it, now I'm pulling the Chris in a funny way. What the hell was I going to just tell you? That something else came out about the case with Nolan, and I cannot think of it now. I'll wait till it comes back to me. Adults concerning illegal drugs in Nolan's case. I never want to give up on Nancy. I feel burnt out sometimes lately with the case. No, I'm with you. I'm with you, Al. I don't want to lose focus on that either. We are going back. Like I said, I'm going back. Come at the end of October. We're going to stay 5 days. I'm going to try to get out there pretty much most of all those days and see what's going on. And and I'm going to leave something up there at the where that shrine is, at that, what is it, KLVA or whatever it is, that radio, that TV station. Probably leave some flowers out there from all the Devil Pups and everybody. And then, you know, go down to where she lives. I'm going to plan to either do a live or do a video, but probably try to do a live I really don't want anybody to know other than you guys. I don't want anybody to know when I'm exactly going to be there. You guys will know. You guys will know ahead of time. But, I don't want to make it a big spectacle. I just like to do my thing and go, Less people, obviously, that knows, the less you have to deal with, more people getting around and that whole thing. So, but that's going to happen. That is going to happen. What else? No new word on Alina Moore. No new word on Elizabeth, the one from Grenada. Went with their friend. No new information on that. Oh God, what else? Man, there's just nothing. I haven't heard anything back on the 16 from Ohio and Hamden. And then of course Nancy. We could always look at something with Nancy. No, you're not alone, Elle. Matter of fact, I have no problem talking about the earlier things that we talked about with the Nancy Guthrie case, because it's been a while, and sometimes it's always good to, refresh the memory as to what we know now that we didn't know back then. Some days I'm all alone, the discussion, but sometimes lately I've been shutting down when it comes to Nancy. I get it. I understand. Did you hear the 911 calls from Carlos yesterday? I did not. Who had the 911? That's not the one. Is that Alex's? Is that Alex's, Oleg? Because I did hear some of those, but I'm not sure if that's it or not. Or are you talking about the one here recently? Oh, to see a nice little vacation for you and Mrs. DD. Yeah, we're going to go up there. But honestly, I want to actually, the big push really was, I wanted to get out there and see that Nancy's place, Nancy's house. I wanted to see, I just wanted, that really got me when Chris McDonough from the TIR room, when he was talking about how him and his wife went there, and then he kind of got out and he just kind of like sucked it all in. He kind of got that feel. That once he said that, I was like, it is different. And I noticed that when I went to Hamden, Ohio for the 16, it was just a different feeling. Like you could almost picture like the little kids running and how they were not seen at night when they were outside, if they were outside, and looking around and observing everything, the surrounding, you could tell like why nobody ever said anything, because it was like almost impossible to see anybody out there, So it is a different feeling when you see it up close. And if you have done cases before, it definitely is an eye opener, without a doubt. So I'm really looking forward to that, for not just myself, but for all of you as well. Whose boat was Nolan on? I heard you say he wasn't on Warren's or Wyatt's boat. He came out on Wyatt's boat. But he never went back on Wyatt's boat because he supposedly was going to stay and talk to Katie. At least that's what they said, that he was going to stay back and talk to Katie. And that has been confirmed. But Katie said Katie didn't say anything. Her sister said, and her mom said, that she saw him go towards the boat, but she never did see him on the boat. And then the sister also claimed that Katie never thought that they would leave him, she thought that they wouldn't leave him. So that was also stated in there. I am being more selective now on who I watch. You need to, Oleg. You really do. The cop shooting. Yeah, the cop shooting. Yes, I did hear that 911. Yes, that one I did hear. It's just, I don't know how it's taking this long, honestly. Of course, we are talking about Tucson. We are talking about Nanos being involved in the case, along with the chief of Tucson PD. But we already know what we expect, right? I mean, I can tell you that an officer unaliving doesn't go down lightly. It does not go down lightly. There's no tolerance for officers unaliving. There's no tolerance for anything, but that's a big no-no. And everybody would be on that like flies on you know what. So the idea that this has gone even this long blows my mind. It really does. 857 had some 911 calls, says Tucci. I haven't heard the calls, Oleg. Oleg, me too. Oleg, Pretty Little Clues has the 911 calls on Carlos Ramirez. Yes, yes, she did. She has the calls on those. She actually, I think 857 put out the links on that. And actually, I think there was some of on our show, on our live, there was a couple of people that put that out there as well. I think it was Doug, matter of fact, put out the links of Pretty Little Clues. Barney, I am very selective of who I watch, what I believe, but keep an open mind. Always keep an open mind. Because if you got an open mind, you're going to be able to pivot. When you hear something that sounds legit to you, you're going to be able to pivot. And if you don't have an open mind, it's going to be hard as hell for you to pivot. And that's what happens to a lot of people, that they just kind of like, they don't know how to pivot. And so they just feel like it's this way or no way. And that's not how it really works. Cases in law enforcement will progress. Cases in law enforcement will progress, and they'll change. They'll literally change. You know, we're looking at this suspect. All of a sudden, we get veered off to this suspect. All of a sudden, another clue comes in, and now we're going to this suspect. Doesn't mean that we were wrong from the get-go. It just means this person took us to that person. That person took us to that person. But it's because you have an open mind. If you have a closed mind and you are an investigator, I just tell you, you're straight up screwed, because it's going to be hard for you to adapt to different things as they go. You're not going to see those same perspectives, in my opinion. Carol, be right back. Barney, try to also. Okay, Carol. Pam, hi, Annie. Jim, Casper's Taxi Service. Carolina girl, per Pima County confirmed the vehicle from yesterday's invasion has been located. Is there anybody that's covering that right now? Is anybody over there? Do we know where it's been located at? The suspects are still at large. Do we know that? If you got that info, let me know. Love to know. Jim, bye, Chris. Barney, I didn't hear the 911 call. Ole, Cat, did they give a name of a suspect? I thought they did. I didn't hear of no name on the suspect. Does anybody hear of a name on the suspect in the shooting yesterday with the officer? Ole, hi, Jim. Carol, I'm back. Welcome back, Carol. Carol, Nolan Wells' mom files more subpoenas over CETO Marine Services. I mean, we don't know what's being said or what's going on, in all honesty. There's still a lot to be done there in that case. Barney, what about the taxi service? Taxi service. Fill me more in on the taxi service. I'm not sure what we're talking about on that one, Barney. The taxi service. Welcome back, Carol. Pam. Oh, wow, Carol, interesting. I'll have to check and look for the email shortly. 2C857 still on it. Let me see. Barney, that was Chris saying he was a taxi for... Oh, that's right. Her father-in-law. Got you. Let me see if... Let me see here. Is he live now?
Because sometimes, but that just seems like a weird thing. You know what I mean? Like, just seems way too convenient, or it seems like that was the.
So there you go.
I mean, look at this guy. He's on a one wheel. Look. Oh, see him on it though. He's not supposed to sit on it.
Yes, Ruben Darrell. Okay, let's see who this is.
Bought some sort of adapter. You probably can buy like.
So Oleg says yes. Ruben
modification.
Ruben Darrell. Darley.
Have you driven one?
That's who they suspect is one of the suspects.
I can skateboard pretty good. I used to skate for years, so I'm pretty sure.
Look at this right here.
Jim, Miss Barney, that was Chris saying he was a taxi for the father-in-law. Carol, L, very interesting. Barney, okay. L, Carol, in my opinion, she knows it wasn't an accident. Yeah, I wish I had really more
A&T.
Yeah, I wish they had more information on that, without a doubt.
Yeah, so it says yes, fuel door failures are well documented.
But you do have to be careful on what you hear and what you see, because I mean, I don't think anybody does anything.
Enjoy your special.
Thank you, appreciate that, Carolina girl. I don't think anybody does. Any streamer puts anything out there maliciously. I think the stuff happens that they may get it wrong or I may get it wrong, but I don't think anybody does it maliciously. Okay, I see that now. So the car has been located.
Out at the sheriff, and then we're going to go over to see.
Texas have covered a vehicle matching the description of
what it
the
is they probably left it at the lot.
Tucson parking lot.
There's a house nearby
road.
that they went
Railroad
to.
crossing ahead.
So they're still searching for the suspects. Okay, thank you so much, Carolina girl. Appreciate you.
Unless they
Just read it. It wasn't very clear to hear, and more than likely speak difference to that.
Stay in the middle 2 lanes.
Interesting. Very
Go
interesting.
past this light, then at the next one, turn right.
Bob's in the house. L1985, Bob's Adventures.
Look at that thing.
Welcome in, Bob.
Slingshot. See the slingshot?
Emergency 3914 South 12th Avenue, Unit A, 3900 South and 600 West. Respond on 84 South.
At the light, turn right onto East Benson Highway.
Maybe tomorrow we'll cover something on Nancy.
Well,
In half
here's
a mile,
something
turn
interesting.
right into the parking lot.
Do you think? Because if it was posted, if that was posted for sale, do you think they sold it or it was stolen? And
Annie says, Carol, that would be awful. Maybe just like the other one, only less time. Yeah, without a doubt.
But why wouldn't they add that in the report? I guess they'll learn.
Can you guys hear that all right?
But ABC 15 has released a photo of Carlos Ramirez.
Turn right into the parking lot.
So it does appear to be that the photo that Alex appears to be that same person. This is the photo right here by
Arrived.
there is a lot of people here.
Yeah, I don't either, Annie. I really don't.
They're working on something.
Can't hear it
Looking
well.
for a white Corvette,
Turn it up a
though,
little
I don't
bit.
see it. He might not be driving it to work anymore because it's a bad look, right?
Yeah, I would.
There you go.
Wow, that might be a good place to sit. Some shade right there. That's real shade.
Welcome in, Bob. Welcome in. Click that like, everybody. Click that like and share it.
There's a lot of people here.
Looks like he's at the PD, don't it?
I mean, I've never been here.
Yeah, that's
during the day,
that's the
it's
sheriff's
usually
department,
like
I
this.
think.
Literally, that's wow. Really?
You're welcome, Barney. No problem.
This place is filled with cars. Why so many cars?
They got lots of employees. They got like 1,500 employees for the Pima County Sheriff.
Yeah, it is the Pima County Sheriff's Department.
No, a lot of them work here, too.
Oh, well, they
That's the evidence. Evidence.
See if the female has taken anything, if not, make sure she wants to be trespassed.
See if I can find a good spot.
They're working on something right now.
She didn't take anything, didn't want to trespass. They're writing that she's been trespassed.
Okay, thank you, April. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're charging it up, though. That's interesting.
Did 857 get
Post
the address
Bravo.
for the person? He said he was going to the house and then the sheriff. He's at the, I don't know if he got the address, but he's definitely at the sheriff's department. From what I see.
Actually, I should probably take that spot and then we can sit in between there.
Oh, got you. Now that, yeah, they do that quite a bit as far as the streamers go out there, so that would make sense. That would make sense.
I'm not parking on this right now.
Awesome, April. Awesome.
Well, we're gonna take up 2 spots, so. All right, give us a minute to get set up. Yeah, I posted the GoFundMe on my Facebook. If anyone wants to share for the fiance, it was up to $5,000.
Really? Oh, they gotta go for it.
Yeah, I put it on my Facebook.
Nice to good seeing you, by the way. Welcome,
Adam, H, boy, 1.
So we're gonna hop out of here, get set up here for a minute.
Boy, Mary, William, 5695.
I mean, this is public property, so I'm sure I'm not. I'm okay with my firearms. I don't know. I'm a little nervous or nothing. Maybe I should put it in my bag.
Awesome. Are you pushing east from Herman? Push, push.
Hello, 2C.
Engine 12 and Medic 19. Altered LOV 3521. South Marissa Drive. 3500 south and 10,100 east. Respond on A5E.
Absolutely, Al. Well said. April, now they pissing me off. Just get rid of it. Absolutely.
Engine 9 and Medic 49. Stroke 201 North Jessica Avenue.
Barney, let's not jump the gun yet. Mind the rules, and all is well. We keep close eyes here. We don't play games. Thank you, Barney. Well said. So, does anybody know? Did they give a name? Is that the name of the suspect? Was that the name of that suspect, Oleg?
Hold on 1 second, everybody.
One of the suspects? No worries, Al. No worries. Thank you, Oleg. Appreciate that.
We're gonna sit. We're gonna look at the chat, see if I have a feeling
Hello,
things are
Doug.
breaking. So I'm hoping when we're out here, we're gonna hear something.
No worries, my friend. No worries. Did you get that link I sent you earlier, Doug? Got you, Oleg. Okay, thank you. Okay, no worries. I just didn't want to put it out there right now because maybe some trolls out there right now, and I don't want anybody just to grab that link and jump on in. Well, I can assure you that this can't. I mean, if this, I don't know. I just cannot believe that they have not caught this individual yet. Blows my mind. It really does. I'm sure they're doing their diligence trying to find him. It's not a lack of effort. I'm sure they're trying to do what they can. Without a doubt. It's just that these type of crimes you just can't let unchecked. You can't let them go unchecked. You got to be able to go ahead and call out all the men. Does anybody even know if the FBI is even
Just
working
getting
with
set up, everybody.
Oh, wow. 104 in Texas. Thank God we don't have that over here. That's for damn sure. Way too hot. Way, way too hot. Welcome in, Doug. Doug's in the house, everybody. Welcome in.
Thanks, dog. What's up, Devil Pups?
You're good. You're good, my buddy.
Also, hold on, I gotta turn YouTube off.
Got you. So Tushi says, so the car belongs to two guys. Marianne, did anyone hear the name of Alicia Montana? No, I didn't. Where's that name coming from, Marianne? Alicia Montana. Carol, yes, April.
I think it's Alexis Montana.
Is it Alexis Montana?
I believe so.
And who is she?
Supposedly one of the people they're looking at, possibly linked to the car, the license plate, and all that. Maybe.
Okay, got you. Alexis
It was
Montana.
heard on the dispatch call that pretty little clues put out.
Got you. So they got a Rubian Dalero or Darlio. That's what Oleg put out there a second ago.
Oh, I don't.
We're
Maybe.
waiting for
Last
the
I knew it
SWAT
was
to
a Mazda
roll
MDX.
out. We will not follow them, but we will be
Hold on.
anticipating
I'm
that
just
they will
getting back.
be
So if
breaking
anything
down some doors
I'm not
to
gonna
get
know.
these perps.
Oh, Tucson moved to the sheriff's station.
Yeah.
So here I am. I
And I
am
think
with
it
the
was
juice. We are
Oscar
here
Melendez.
in
What's
That's one
another
of the
name?
suspects.
County Sheriff Complex.
Oscar Melendez.
I think that's what it was. Oscar Melendez, and then a brother. So his name was something Melendez too.
Where is the one? So the vehicle
Those
right
are the
there
two
next
names I
to
Got you.
so this one right here. Let's see, where is it? That car right there. This one. That's the one that was there last night, I believe. They call it a command post. Now, Alex did make a good point that there is no pictures of that command post ever being at Nancy Guthrie's house. Did they bring out the command post for Nancy's house?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think we know the
Nobody
answer to
was
that.
there.
It's a big hard no.
I never saw it there.
I don't ever remember seeing it there either.
It was at the church. Oh, okay. It was at the church.
That makes sense if that's where they put it. Yeah. It
Well,
was never in the neighborhood though.
You think they would have just made the command center at the church and not let anybody go in there, you know?
Yeah, that would have been the
That would have been the right thing to do, I think.
It's
Yeah.
red as an apple.
Is this what you were working on since 4? Did you come on at 4?
It could have been at the church. So
Well,
that
we
is
came
a
in
good
at
point.
4 and
I
we were
kept
talking
remember
about
hearing there was a command
a little
post,
bit about the Nolan.
Okay.
You know, there's like another person
Either
claiming
or,
that they
but
actually
still,
saw
the neck fan is awesome.
Right. Someone's corroborating the sighting or something.
Yeah.
Sweet
But
Georgia
I don't know
Peeps,
if it's
thank you.
legit or not, but they are saying that
Thank
I
you
guess they
so
posted it
much.
on their Facebook
Nice
or whatnot.
to see you and Juice Partner and you fellas
And
on the case.
I think they
taking
said
care
they
of
were
business
going to tell
like the great journalists.
they were going to
you
go ahead and
are.
give that
Nice
information
work. Stay
to
hydrated. Thank you.
the sheriff's department, but I don't know if they did or not.
Gotcha.
Talked a little bit about that. Just emailed you. Okay,
Sweet
looking
Fairy,
at it right
thank
now
you.
there, Oleg.
There was no body at her house. Yeah, that
Hi
might
everybody,
be
Annie, Marion, Oleg,
command
Norma,
center. I'm gonna
Gucci,
check my
Pam, April,
emails.
Carol,
If you guys hear anything coming in,
Arnie, L, all yo. So you had some trolls in here today, huh?
Oh yeah, they're right before you got on.
I see that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That means you're doing something right.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. I just got it, and I just looked at it. Thank you so much, Oleg. Appreciate you. Quentin, welcome in. Quentin, DD needs. Good to have you, my brother. Appreciate you. So we're just watching to see if there's any action going on at the sheriff's department, seeing if there's any if any one of them trucks haul butt out of there. To see Carolina, it said the car was found in a parking lot. Yeah, they did say that.
Have you heard the 911, Joe, the dispatch calls?
Yeah, we heard some of them. Some of them haven't heard all of them. So if you can download them, you're more than welcome.
Here, I got both of them.
Okay, here, you guys. So we're gonna listen to the 911 calls, everybody. Let me get this one out. Hang on. All right.
I know some people probably heard it, but I don't think everybody probably has.
No, there was actually some people were actually asking for it. To be
These
honest.
are courtesy of Pretty Little Clues.
All right. Let me see. How do I do this again? Let me see. Oh, I always hate this. Let me see. Oh yeah.
Ruby Dawn spray. That's right.
I don't want to exit StreamYard.
No.
No.
Probably got to add to screen and then share and then open the screen back up. I think it's something like that.
Let's see here. What did I do? There you go. Bring that back down to earth.
Yeah.
You said go ahead and you said clicked on the link.
Yeah, I think you got to click on the link. I think. Right, and it should bring up a screen, and then you can share screen, and then you got to share your screen, hit play, and then go back to the screen.
See, I'm not seeing that at all. What you're saying, because it's not showing me that. When I click on it, all it does is go on the bottom of where we're at, showing on the screen.
You know, I think it's probably because I'm on the phone. Let me see. Yeah, because I don't have a share option from the phone. Hold on, maybe I can do it this way. No, that's just regular sharing. Yeah, I don't know how I can do it. That's what we needed Chris for.
Says Barney says, Doug, it produced on your end.
Yeah, okay, so just go to Pretty Little Clues and go to her shorts.
Okay, let me look.
And play her video, yeah.
Okay, let me look here. Let me go and click on here and go here. Do this. Now let me go to Pretty Little Clues. Hang on, everybody. Pretty Little Clues. There it is. Okay. Click on this. Okay. You said it's on her shorts? Okay. Let's go here. Hang on, everybody. All right, hang on, everybody. Got it. I got one of them here. Let me bring it up. Okay, here we go, everybody. We're gonna play that. That 911 call.
Girl Papa with 611. Make sure you advise of those return back to that location.
10-4. The Charlie Yankee 1697 does not. It returns to a address on Stone Pendant Way. The X-Ray Fox Alpha 0 Papa Whiskey returns to Enchanted Spring Drive.
10-4. 107.
0107, go ahead.
To units on scene, I need a canvas of this whole street right now. I want them to come up on the radio and advise what addresses have been checked and whether they have cameras or not.
Paramedic 435 to 622.
After speaking with the resident at 7726, he advised that a gray 4-door SUV pulled up in the area at approximately 0542 hours.
10 more.
I need the units who responded to the shooting in San Javier V2. Text the house numbers to 559. The house numbers that were checked for ring camera and made contact, please.
817, I'll handle that. Hold your position for a second. Essel's requesting that we hang out for the father-in-law just in case. Right, covers. The grandfather, can you just hang tight with him until we get all this sorted out? 10-4, 798, I'll be out with that. Grandfather. It's one of the neighbors watching the ring camera. Gray border SUV arrived there approximately 0542 hours. Left at 0556 hours. One occupant gets in the passenger vehicle, possibly an Acura. 445, you want to try to pull the traffic cam on Valencia coming over there in case you see your vehicle matching leaving around. Where I was talking with firefighters, what's that vehicle description again?
An older gray model SUV.
Four-door SUV, possibly an Acura.
Sorry.
And at least two occupants.
73422. He should come back to Ruben Dario Rangel Cervantes with a date of birth of 111093. Yes, ma'am.
Charlie Yankee 1697.
I'll go with a second.
X-ray Foxtrot Alpha 0 Papa with
641.
And can you advise of those returned back to the LOI?
Savrio
10-4.
Cervantes
The
is the last
Charlie
name.
Yankee 1697 does not. It returns to a address on Stone Pendant Way. The X-ray Fox Alpha 0 Papa Whiskey returns to Enchanted Spring Drive.
107.
0107, go ahead.
To units on scene, I need a canvas of this whole street right now. I want them to come up on the radio and advise what addresses have been checked and whether they have cameras or not.
Paramedic 435 is 622.
After speaking with the resident at 7726, he advised that a gray four-door SUV pulled up in the area at approximately 0542 hours.
10 more.
I need the units who responded to the shooting in Son of Your V2. Text the house numbers to 559. The house numbers that were checked for ring camera or made contact, please.
817, I'll handle that. Hold your position for a second. Essel's requesting that we hang out for the father-in-law just in case. Right, covers. The grandfather, can you just hang tight with him until we get all this sorted out? 10-4, 798, I'll be out with that. Grandfather. It's one of the neighbors watching the ring camera. Gray border SUV arrived there approximately 0542 hours. Left at 0556 hours. One occupant gets in the passenger vehicle, possibly an Acura. 445, you want to try to pull the traffic cam on Valencia coming over there in case you see your vehicle matching leaving around. Where I was talking with firefighters, what's that vehicle description again?
An older gray model SUV.
Four-door SUV, possibly an Acura.
Sorry.
And at least two occupants.
73422. He should come back to Ruben Dario Rangel Cervantes with a date of birth of 111093. Yes, ma'am.
Charlie Yankee 1697.
I'll go with a second.
X-ray Foxtrot Alpha 0 Papa with
641.
Thank you.
So we're going to go to the other one now. Let's go to the other one. Should have played this one first, actually. My bad.
Drive. Users wanting advice?
Fox 835. 817. 107. Fox 14. 1041.
Yes, Norma, he left. He had to
Battalion
go.
415, Engine 425, and Paramedic 435. Shooting at 7738 South Enchanted Spring Drive.
Paramedic 433, transporting 1 code 3 to Banner South.
433, I copy 1 code 3 to Banner South 0601.
629. If we had two patients shot, can you start a second transport?
That's affirmative at 602. The Station 5 units responding to the shooting 7738 South Enchanted Spring Drive. PCSO en route advising hold off. Two patients, both 23, one male, one female. Female has been shot in the shoulder. Unknown where the male has been shot. Paramedic 435, did you copy hold off?
435, copy, hold off.
Engine 425, copy hold off.
5 copies.
Paramedic 431. Shooting at 7738 South Enchanted Spring Drive.
Entrada, leaving Santa Cruz, headed for Plant 1.
Copy.
Right, Romeo 15 to control. 1041 exterior. 510.
28615.
An update. 107, 533. We got one male victim, 2 gunshot wounds. One female victim. Male is not breathing right now. The baby is code 4. What about the suspects? Nobody's here. One of the trucks was running outside.
Did you want me to go ahead and start PCSO?
That's affirmative. Thank you. Leaving personnel they were in service.
Check President. Officer via batch number 105521.
Fire engine 3, this is going to code 900. Cancel medic 3. Start CBD, please.
And 107 to other units on scene. Let's start looking around outside, see if we got any ring camera footage that can help us identify a suspect. 10-4. Yeah.
Clear to move in, indicating the male patient is code 900.
Charlie 5 to council. 5 is on scene. Yosemite. Enchanted Spring Command.
Paramedic 887 dispatch. 415, I copy you on scene with Enchanted Command at 613.
Patients being transported to Banner, Maine. Can you get a follow-up from Rincon, please?
10-4.
Delta 1 to control 1024 having east and west building and 1041 exterior.
Attention about Navier beat 2.
Well, there you go, everybody. Those were the 2 audios that we had. Yeah, Miss Barney, we'll listen to it again. This is going to be part 1. Part 1 right now. We're going to listen to part 1 of the audio again, and then we'll go to part 2. Here we go.
Copy shooting at 7738 7738 South Enchanted Spring Drive. Users responding advise.
Fox 83, 865. 817. 107. Fox 14. 1041.
Suspect.
Battalion 415, Engine 425, and Paramedic 435. Shooting at 7738 South Enchanted Spring Drive.
Paramedic 433 transporting 1 code 3 to Banner South.
433, I copy 1 code 3 to Banner South 0601.
609. If we had 2 patients shot, can you start a second transport?
That's affirmative at 602.
was Bree.
The Station 5 units responding to the shooting 7738 South Enchanted Spring Drive. PCSO en route advising hold off. 2 patients, both 23, one male, one female. Female has been shot in the shoulder. Unknown where the male has been shot. Paramedic 435, did you copy hold off?
435, copy, hold off.
Engine 425, copy hold off.
5 copies.
Paramedic 431. Shooting at 7738 South Enchanted Spring Drive.
Entrada, leaving Santa Cruz, headed for Plant 1.
Copy.
Right, Romeo 15 to control. 1041 exterior. 510.
28615.
An update. 107. 533. We got one male victim, 2 gunshot wounds. One female victim. Male is not breathing right now. The baby is code 4. What about the suspects? Nobody's here. One of the trucks was running outside.
Did you want me to go ahead and start PCSO?
That's affirmative. Thank you. Leaving personnel warrant service.
Check President and Officer via batch number 105521.
Fire engine 3, this is code 900. Cancel medic 3. Start CBD, please.
And 107 to other units on scene. Let's start looking around outside, see if we got any ring camera footage that can help us identify a suspect. 10-4. Yeah.
Clear to move in, indicating the male patient is code 900.
Charlie 5, the council. 5 is on scene. Via Simi. Enchanted Spring Command.
Paramedic 887 dispatch. 415, I copy you on scene with Enchanted Command at 613.
Patients being transported to Banner, Maine. Can you get a follow-up from Rincon, please?
10-4.
Delta 1 to control 1024 having east and west building and 1041 exterior.
Attention about Navier V2. Copy
Okay,
shooting
guys,
at
that
7.
was the first audio. That was the first audio. Now we're going to go to the second audio. This will be the second one.
Charlie Yankee 1697.
I'll go with the second.
X-ray Foxtrot Alpha 0 Papa with
641.
Thank you. Charlie Yankee 1697.
I'll go with the second.
X-ray Foxtrot Alpha 0 Papa with
641.
Thank you. Advise of those return back to the LOS.
10-4. The Charlie Yankee 1697 does not. It returns to a address on Stone Pendant Way. The X-ray Fox Alpha 0 Papa Whiskey returns to Enchanted Spring Drive.
10-4. 107.
0107, go ahead.
To units on scene, I need a canvas of this whole street right now. I want them to come up on the radio and advise what addresses have been checked and whether they have cameras or not.
Paramedic 435 at 622.
After speaking with the resident at 7726, he advised that a gray 4-door SUV pulled up in the area at approximately 0542 hours.
10 more.
I need the units who responded to the shooting in Son of Your V2. Text the house numbers to 559. The house numbers that were checked for ring camera or made contact, please.
817, I'll handle that.
Hold your position for a second. Essel's requesting that we hang out for the father-in-law just in case.
Sorry, the grandfather, can you just hang tight with him until we get all this sorted out? 10-4, 79, I'll be out with that. Grandfather. It's one of the neighbors watching the ring camera. Gray 4-door SUV arrived at approximately 0542 hours. Left at 0556 hours. One occupant gets in the passenger vehicle, possibly an Acura. 445, you want to try to pull the traffic cam on Blinson coming over there in case you see your vehicle matching leaving around.
Where I was talking to the firefighters, what's that vehicle description again?
An older gray model SUV.
4-door SUV, possibly an Acura.
Sorry.
And at least 2 occupants. 73422.
You should come back to Ruben Dario Rangel Cervantes with a date of birth of 111093. Yes, ma'am.
Charlie Yankee 1697.
I'll go with the second.
X-ray Foxtrot Alpha 0 Papa with
641.
Thank you. Advise of those return back to the LOS.
10-4.
So did you guys hear all that? Did you guys hear both of them, the first and the second? Probably because he was going to come out to see. Maybe he was getting ready to leave for work, or maybe he was going to, I don't know. Maybe he's going to take the baby to the daycare or something because they both worked. I mean, it's possible. I'm not sure why the truck was running other than maybe that. I mean, that would be the only reason I would think that truck was running, because he was probably getting ready to either go to work or maybe even, I don't know, possibly even taking his wife to work. He had 2 vehicles that looked like in the driveway, so I would think it was probably going to work, would be my guess. So they had to have known. They had to have known that he was getting ready to leave or getting ready. They had to know his schedule. This is going to be somebody that either knows his MO as far as like when he goes to work, when he makes what movements he does, or they're going to know exactly where he works and they're going to wait for him. You know what I mean? Definitely is going to be somebody. It looks like, in my opinion, it could be somebody obviously that knows him very well and knows his movements. It's very possible it could have been taken. He could have got ready to take the little one to the daycare for sure. Suspects is from Sahuerta. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I mean, it really could be just that. This was, in my opinion, this was targeted without a doubt. This was not spontaneous. They knew he would be up and getting ready to step outside. You know what I mean? Maybe DD, he started the car and forgot something in the house and ran back in. It's very possible. But less than his car, it's really more the timing, right? His car is running, but don't even worry about that. Ask yourself who would have known that he was getting ready to go somewhere. Only somebody that was following his pattern or knew his schedule, knew his movements. If somebody knew his movements, knew his schedule, they were probably just waiting for that right moment for him to come out, in my opinion. I haven't heard you at all. You're on mute, Doug. I just thought you put yourself on mute.
There we go.
I'm sorry, man.
Backstage, I thought I was in the show. I've been sitting here talking like this.
I'm sorry.
Hear me?
God.
Realize you're backstage still. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I didn't even know you left.
I hit the wrong button on accident, and then I joined right back in, and I'd been sitting. I thought you.
I'm sorry, buddy. I seen you there, but I saw the mic being, like it's muted. So I thought, okay, he's probably had to do something real quick because sometimes you're going muted. I'm like, didn't even think about it. Well, welcome back.
Well, thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
Norma, yes, April. I'm thinking the same thing on Revenge. So somebody had to know. What do you think, Doug? You think someone knew his movements, knew he was going to be up, probably going to work?
I think it was an ambushed home invasion.
Absolutely.
They knew it. They either were given his movements, they got it from reconnaissance, or they just straight knew the person.
Absolutely. I agree.
There was some kind of intel that he knew the movement of them. Waited for him to come outside, start the truck, whether he was going out to turn the AC on and going back, get launching the kid, or just getting ready for work, or that's what I think he was at. Or he just went outside and then he sees them. Maybe he sees them get out of the car and he recognizes them. They have a gun, so he runs back into the house to protect his family. Something like that could have also happened.
Yeah, true. But do you think he would, if he did that, you think he would have told his wife, call 911 or something?
Yeah, we don't really know.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm sure his wife was up. She had to be up because she got hit on the shoulder.
Right.
So okay, let's play that out. He sees the car, he takes off running inside. He would have to know who they are and why they're there.
Or he just seen a gun and he was like, oh crap.
Or he just seen a gun, true. Probably the more
or even the mask. You don't even necessarily have to see the gun.
True.
You see two masked dudes get out of a car, you're gonna be concerned.
That's true. That's very true. That is very true. The only other thing would be that I could see is just that they, like you said at the very beginning, it was an ambush. You know, they knew what time he was going to be going. He came out. They were going to get ready to come out, and then he went back inside real quick. Probably forgot something, and then he was coming back out, and they pew-pewed him.
Yeah, they could have caught him by surprise, or they could have just made themselves known.
Yeah.
You don't want anything to conspire outside as the perpetrator, because then people are probably going to see and hear it. You want to get inside that house.
True.
While he's got the door open, the system's deactivated, so there won't be any alerts. And yeah.
Barney says, in my opinion, people don't drive around in mass. Will not that average? No, without a doubt. I mean, it's just a giveaway, right? KB, welcome in. KB, welcome in. SWAT gearing up at sheriff's office. Oh, SWAT's gearing up. Man, we may have to. Let's go see. You guys ready to go?
Great.
Let's go check it out.
So yeah, you just follow the cameras backwards until you get to a point where they didn't have the mask on, because they had to stop somewhere and put them on.
Right.
So that's a lot of times what'll get people caught. You stop at the grocery store and throw your mask on to head out, or as you're driving down the street, but a street cam can see you. So
that is true. That is true.
They got bullets to compare. There's a lot of information. And SWAT is gearing up. Hopefully they're getting ready to put this to an end.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Is this one yet the one? I think this one's the one. Let's see here. Yeah, that's it. All right, let me go here. Let's bring this up. Oh, we are there. We are here. Good.
Locking up, false alarm, locking up command center.
Say that again.
KB says false alarm, locking up command center.
Oh man, really?
So it wasn't SWAT, it was.
Okay. Well, hey, it better be safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Better be safe than sorry. No harm, no foul. So yeah, I mean, so that going back to the actual what we were talking about, yeah, if I was literally looking at this, I would say obviously we all know now that this was targeted. We all can pretty much assume not only was it targeted, but possibly, I mean, I don't know, man. I know they got her on the shoulder. That doesn't mean that they didn't try to take her out too. You know, I don't think these guys were well expertise. And the reason I say that for is no one's really going to do that really. I mean, I think it's going to be done more covertly. You know what I mean? If you want to get in there and do it and get out, no one's going to really have a time to see you or anything. So I don't know. I would say it's just a couple of people who they had cross words somewhere, either in the jail or they knew this person, and for whatever reasons, they had a beef. And
You think it had to do with their jobs more than a relationship issue?
I would think it had. I mean, for me, I would think it had something to do with the jail because they both worked at the jail at one time, right? And then the one was going to be getting ready to be certified as a police officer for Tucson PD. The girl was already a jailer, so one of them could have said something, or she could have said something to somebody, pissed off the wrong person. You know, they make their little phone calls. You know how they normally talk, or he comes to visit.
Yep.
And they could have very well said, "Hey, this person, blah 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 blah," and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll take care of that." That's simple.
For sure.
You just don't see very many people go to someone's house. I'm not going to say law enforcement, because he wasn't yet a law enforcement, but he was soon to be a law enforcement, to go to his house and take him out, that's not normal.
Like, did he have previous gang relations?
That's a possibility. That did cross my mind. That crossed my mind, and the other thing that crossed my mind was the fact that this was something that was planned, but it was planned at the last moment. You know what I mean? Like something that wasn't really well put together. You know, it was a planned, but with a spontaneous response, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like an emotional response.
Mhm.
You know, I could see that. I could see someone saying, that SOB, said this and that to Billy Joe Bob, Bobby Sue, whoever, and then said, hey, let's get it. Let's do it now. And then they were like, okay, we'll do it here. We'll go over there when he gets off of work. You know what I mean? It sprung out of spontaneous, but it was planned.
Exactly, I think
I
so.
could see that because I think it was this definitely, obviously, it seemed like it was more of revenge. And I think it does stem from jailers don't put up with a lot of garbage, guys. Jailers, they don't get paid enough money, and their thing is to tell you where to go, how to get there quickly. And some people just don't like,
Some people just don't like COs, man.
Yeah, they just don't like COs. They really don't. I mean, I've heard more horror stories about COs than I have police officers.
Absolutely.
So I could see that's what probably could have happened. Welcome in, KB. Barney, headed to Kitchen for Food. Still listening. You got it, Barney. April, in my opinion, it was targeted hit and she just escaped. I am not sure they didn't want to unalive. I agree with that, Barney. I'm sorry, April. I think that they were literally wanted to unalive both of them. I don't think they wanted anybody to even remotely take a chance on knowing who they were.
I'm going to base that upon where the husband was shot. If he took 2 to the head, then I'm going to say they intentionally did a non-lethal on her.
True.
He took like 1 to the arm and 1 to the chest, and maybe just the chest one, and they were both supposed to. Where he got hit is going to tell me a lot.
Sure.
What they were thinking.
That is true. But the fact that they rushed him to the hospital, 2 to the head would have been, for a better lack of words, a no-brainer, right? I mean,
Well, he first came in as a code 3, and then they changed him to the code 900, and then ultimately ended on a code 4.
Got you.
Right, that's what we heard from the dispatch. He went from
Yes,
a code
I think
3
so.
to a code 900 to a code 4.
So it's very possible.
And that's why we didn't see a coroner. He left in an ambulance. There was still a chance of saving him when they originally got there. Is what I think.
No. If it was to the head, it was a direct message.
Right. If he was DOA, there would have been wouldn't have been an ambulance.
Yeah, but if it was to the head, it would have been some really I would say some really it would have been to send a message, literally. And but if it was to the body, like 2 to the chest, which is center mass, then I could see they probably didn't want anybody to be around. And they just happened to, bam, bam. We don't even know if he fired back.
Exactly. We don't know if she was shot first. If he was shot first.
We don't know that because they're not saying anything about that. He could have fired back if he was going to work, right? You would, but then again, if you're in the academy, would you have? Yeah, because at that time, he only had like 7-8 days left in the academy. So on that last probably 2 weeks, they would have definitely had them carry to get, because they're getting ready to graduate and they want them to get familiar with, make sure the weapon's in there. And you're always going to have your weapon. You're always going to have it loaded. So I could see him having his weapon, and whether he returned fire or not, or try to, to do anything, I don't know because they're not saying, but it is possible. It is possible because like I said, I know the last probably few weeks of the academy, and that's pretty much standard around the board. They want you to get that feel of walking around with your weapon, so you're used to it. They want you to get, basically familiarize with it, and so it just, it becomes second nature. And in the beginning of the academy, a lot of times they'll give you like a dummy weapon, a dummy pew pew to put in your holster so you can feel like you got something there. But it's just part of the training. But as you get, like anything, as you get more trained and you're getting closer to that graduation, now you start literally you're playing with the real guns, with the real pew pews.
Absolutely.
So I could see that. Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see if when they come out and say where he was where he took his 2 rounds to.
That's going to be telling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was all the bullets come from the same gun? Was there multiple guns used?
Yeah, because there was 2 people. So
I mean, if he was shot with a 38 center mass and she was hit with a 22 in the arm,
yeah,
that tells me that they showed sympathy.
Yeah.
Well,
it tells you it's about him, not her.
Yeah, it tells you about suspectology, not so much the victimology, but it gives you a look into the mindset of the perpetrator.
Yeah, that is true.
They don't hurt women and children.
Yeah. A lot of it's going to be on that. What was their whole purpose? Where was their angle? But they had to know people had cameras there. It looked like a nice housing complex. It looked like one of them, better than normal. And you would think that they had to know people had, doorbells, or not doorbells, but ring cameras, cameras and whatnot. So they know they had those. They had to have known. And they probably thought with the mask they wouldn't be identified, but they had to know that they were going to get their car.
Yeah, but if they were smart criminals, the car would be stolen with detached plates, and I think that's maybe why 2 different names came back to the car as did the plates.
Yeah.
It's probably a set of stolen plates put on a stolen car to go commit a crime, make it as confusing as possible.
That's very true. That's very true. Because you're not going to take somebody's car, right?
No, you're not going to take.
You're going to take, and it was early in the morning. It was actually at 5 when they did this. They pulled it off at 5:42. Is when that call came in, 5:42. So it's going to be probably five anywhere from 5 could have happened 5 minutes prior when they got the call, right? So realistically, it probably happens right somewhere, at that 5:35 somewhere time where the actual shots were fired. Which
is pretty early in the morning. That's
that's early. So that's early. So people are just getting up and around. I don't know what the academy time is for the cadets out there, but that's early. No matter who's getting up that early, it's early.
It is.
So I could literally see the breakdown being that he got up. They knew he gets up about that time. And I would say they're definitely all those things fit the puzzle. It's just going to be, were they able to get a good shot, or once they seen him go down, did they just say, let's get the hell out of here? Did they try to take a last shot at getting her? Did they fire back? How many shots did they fire?
Exactly.
Because that's going to say a lot. If you have, you have 4, 5, 6 shots fired, depending on what they use, you're going to say they've just shot at the area and hoping to hit. You know, because you're not going to shoot anything more than you have to. You're going to shoot and go.
Mm.
You're going to shoot and go. You won't stick around unless you want to make sure you hit. So you just pow, and who knows, man? I mean,
I don't know. The shoulder shot, it rubs me the wrong way. I don't want to say it, but it just does.
well, I know what you're thinking, and I agree with what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. I just that's too a specific spot for them to literally target, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, target
That's
him, and
too,
then you
yeah,
hit her just enough to not
yeah,
kill her,
yeah,
but not
yeah,
leave her innocent either, because then
right,
it points suspicion away.
right,
You know what I'm saying? That's what you
yeah,
see in
yeah,
the movies
yeah.
type deal.
But I
If they
mean,
were somehow
but that's
sympathetic to her or stalking her, or maybe if I eliminate the husband, I have a chance with her type thing. You know what I mean?
yes,
But I don't want to
absolutely.
get her in trouble, so it just shows sympathy towards the wife and targeted the husband. That's what I see.
No, that's exactly right. That's a very good point.
The
That's a
kid
very
was
good point.
unharmed. The baby was unharmed.
That's a very, very good point.
Could be wrong, but that's just
No,
what
no,
it looks like.
that's a very good point. The
That
only,
scenario, all the facts fit.
yeah, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. But like I said, you know, to hit somebody in the shoulder, you got to be a good shot if that was intended. You know what I mean?
Or you're really close.
Or you're really close. Most, well, they say most gun battles are usually like about 2-3 feet away, so
Yep.
you're right up on the individual. But yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting. I think there's a good possibility you're gonna see a twist, everybody. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna see a twist. I could see that happen, not because of anything other than it looks like very well could be a twist to all this. And then again, you know, some people speculated already that she was pregnant. You know,
Yeah.
so we don't even know where that angle goes to.
You got to DNA test the baby.
Well, but you know what I'm saying? You don't know
Yeah.
what angle that goes to. You know, I mean, I obviously I don't want to speculate like that, but the idea that this was
Kind of
targeted,
after an
man.
investigation.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to ask the uncomfortable questions.
Yep.
I don't want to speculate, but I mean, as an investigator, that's probably the types of things they're doing.
No, you're exactly right. That's exactly what you're doing. You're looking
They're
from
looking at
every angle.
cameras, geofencing, workplace relationships, personal relationships, social media contacts, you know, victimology, suspectology, bullets. There's all kinds of stuff. There's a baby involved. There's a kid involved. There's witnesses left alive.
Yeah. No, you're. I mean, that's everything. Everything in a nutshell. You're going to have
Got
to
a
look
car.
at everything. Absolutely.
All of that. And you eliminate things by looking at them. You don't just not look at them because you don't want to or don't think it's relevant. You eliminate. It's a checklist,
Right.
and you check off what it's not until you figure out what it is.
That is correct. I mean, that's what we did in law enforcement anyway. So yeah, I get it. That's exactly what you want to do. Is this you want to rule out what you can rule out, and then break it apart what you can. And you're not going to let anything go. I mean, because I don't want to get into anything in the weeds because we don't know enough yet. But I can tell you that this was targeted, and this was either something very revengeful because I mean you're talking somebody's life, right? So it's very, very revengeful, or it's about something else. And I'll leave that something else for a later day because you know why throw salt in the wound, you know?
Yeah, and our prayers go out to the
Absolutely.
wife. She's recovering and stable. That's awesome.
Yep, absolutely. Did she carry too, Barney? You know, deputies do carry. I'm sorry. Jailers do carry. The They do carry. So I'm not sure how the protocol is for the sheriff's department, because that's where she worked as a deputy. But they do carry. They're technically a deputy. They're just working in the jail department instead of on the street. But they are deputies.
Is it common for them to bring their belt home every night, or do they have like a locker they can lock off and keep their stuff at work?
No, they'll bring their stuff with them home every night. Because
Okay.
here's the thing, they will. The only time usually when they would call one of them out is when, like, there's let's just say there was something massive that happened and they needed the extra manpower. Then they would, call them out, and so they got to have their gear,
Gotcha.
regardless.
Yep.
But they're going to do more like the traffic stuff. They won't do anything of this, of the nuts and the bolts of the case.
Right.
But it is. They do take out here. They take your stuff home. Everywhere I've been working, they take your stuff home. So I could see that for sure.
And that would go for both the officer and the COs.
That would go for the deputies and the jailers. Yes.
But where would you put your belt? If you took it home, would you put it on at home and drive with it, or would you carry it with you till you got to work and then put it on?
It depends on. Are you an early riser? You're going to get to the office. When I say office, you're going to get to the department, and you're going to go ahead. Are you one of those that you want to carry your stuff in so that you can just take your time putting it all on? Or are you one of those that I like to get ready ahead of time, put everything on, and then head to, you know what I mean? It just really depends because I've seen them both ways. I've seen some that would come in. Me personally, I used to put all my stuff on now. So when I got there, I was already ready to go.
Ready to go. Okay.
Yeah. And that's usually what most people do. But there's some guys that if they work in the office, like your sergeants or maybe even your captains, lieutenants, whatever, those people know they're going to be in the office. They may leave some stuff like a uniform in their office, and then they'll go up there and get ready there.
Right.
But one thing they're going to always have is their weapon, because the weapon is something you're always trained to carry with you wherever you go.
Right.
So that's going to be a definite. You can always get a uniform on at home. You could always have one at the station. So that's kind of a either or.
So I asked because it kind of points to the victimology and says that the perps, if that's the case, knew a lot more than even that. They knew when he was going to put his weapon on.
Absolutely.
Like, he comes out, starts his car, goes back in, and then puts it on. And they knew they had to attack right then and there before they got access to their firearms. It just goes to show you the more precise planning.
Now, here's the other thing too. When you're doing, oh, Chris is in the house. Okay, good to have you, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
So the other thing that you look at is sometimes when you're a cadet, and I know that different places have different things, but as a cadet, sometimes you want to take that, nice uniform, all decked out, and you want to get ready there because you want it to be, fresh, right?
Right.
And so I could see some cadets carrying their stuff in there, and then they go to wherever their area of the men's locker or whatnot, or whatever the case may be, wherever they get dressed, and then they put their stuff on. Then again, I could see some people saying, "No, like if it was me, so I'd be a salty dog coming from, let's say, a different state to Ohio, then I would go ahead and I would go, man, I've done this a million times. I'll just get ready there, But I always like getting ready before I left my house, because then I know I got everything with me.
Absolutely.
And you always keep your stuff at the same spot, because it's just like you want to know exactly where everything's at. If not, you're going to be looking for a shoe here. You're going to be looking for your asp here. You're going to be looking for,
And you're going to know where your service weapon is. And I mean, they have kids that would be locked up probably with a
more than likely
with a safety on and a guard and all that stuff. So you got to get it all unlocked and chambered up. And
But the only thing that's kind of a little bit like, kind of like a little bit like is the aspect because he was a cadet. I don't know what how they train their cadets, like get ready here or get come already ready. It just depends.
Right. Well, I mean, even if he left his, let's just say he did leave all his stuff at work,
Mhm.
and he did, but he's still going to have a personal weapon.
Yes,
I would have to imagine there's going to be
Yes.
another firearm in that house, even if you
Yeah.
don't use your service weapon 24/7. When you leave work, you're going to have another firearm.
Yes.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. But well, his fiance is going to be carrying too,
Mm-hmm.
because jailers carry. Jailers carry. They carry. I see them all the time here. They carry. I mean, when I worked in the departments in other states, they carry. Jailers carry. When we take a prisoner in and we had to, he was going to jail, we would have the booking officer. The booking officer carried. So the booking officer would, do the fingerprints and all that stuff, get him all, everything done, and then put him in the cell, right?
Right.
They carried as well, the booking officers. Now I know it may be different. It's different for like correction officers, because some of them, it depends on the place and the security type that they're in, whether they carry or not. They may just carry their ass. They may carry their ass and their mace, and you know what I'm saying. They may
Right.
not put any weapons in those type of areas. But that's correction officers. That's, to me, that's more like it's not a prison, but it's more kind of like that type of environment.
Right.
So
Yep.
you can pay me to do that job. Nope,
No.
not at all.
We crack you up, Al?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did I say? Did I say something wrong?
What happened?
Al says we crack her up. I didn't. Were we being fun?
You guys crack me up. Probably because we're just going back and forth and talking about, shop talk. Like, yeah, maybe. But yeah, the chat.
Oh, the chat. It's not even us here. I thought we were actually funny.
Okay, God.
I knew it was the chatters. I should have known better.
We just watching. I didn't do it, Chris. Oh, it's Chris. Chris is in the house, so he's over there causing problems already.
Mm-hmm.
Typical Chris. Yes, Marianne, I'm picking on Chris. He said, Marianne says, I don't know what I did to make Carol turn on me. It's because you're always babying Chris. That's what it is. You're babying Chris. You're doing what Nolan did to Katie. You're coddling him.
I mean, I guess they could have known him and let him in, but I don't think I'd be letting anybody in my house with a mask on.
No.
Even if I knew him, dude, you got to take the mask off to come up in here, bro.
No, I would. Yeah, that's a no-brainer, man. No, no way. What if they knew them and let them? Yeah, I don't think so. Honestly, bro, I really don't. Only because of the fact that. I mean, it's just unorthodox, right? It would be unorthodox to come in if you knew it and then through your. No, I mean, who knows? Tucson is very crazy. Tucson is like, it defies all logic and it defies all normalities of what normally happens. I guess that's the safe way to go. Oh, now Chris is saying, leave Marianne alone. Oh, Lord, that is funny.
Oh, boy.
So Carol says, Marianne, you are full of it. Yeah, I think we're in the right, frame of mind. It's just a matter of there's always some clues that you could go with that would shed light. I mean, when they find these individuals, they're probably going to go, oh, we know who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of those, not necessarily like us, but I mean, like, I could see the wife going, yeah, that's Billy Joe. He's friends with so and so, and his brother's in jail, or something crazy like that.
Could be something like that. Yeah.
Because as a cadet, let's be honest, it ain't about the money. It ain't about the money. What the hell money is a cadet going to have?
Right.
Not a whole hell of a lot.
I mean, maybe. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I just had a thought that popped into my brain,
Mm-hmm.
and that's stuff we know about all the unalivings that happen inside of the jails. Is it possible that the wife was part of?
Very possible.
Maybe something that happened. Somebody on the outside blames them for them and wants to pay them back.
Yep,
So
that's very possible.
Instead of taking them out, you kill the people closest to them.
Yeah, you're very right.
That's almost worse than.
But if that was the case,
if
that was the case, how's Nano survived so long?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, you think that man would be walking bullseye? You would think.
Yeah, one would think. Unless he's in the pockets of somebody and they protect him, he could have some type of street protection.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, I think of I don't want to think of the most sadistic thing. You know, like you know what I'm talking about. The most sadistic thing of somebody doing this, and it's all about somebody else stepping in. You know, that type of thing. But yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if you're friends with somebody in, let's say, like something like the Mexican Mafia, the Bloods and the Crips and the Latin Kings and all the local smaller gangs, they ain't gonna touch you. You're untouchable, and you're a police. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's
right.
It's not unheard of either.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'll protect you on the streets, and you protect us on the inside, type thing. It happens all
April
the time.
says, note to self, they did not know the mass perp. Yeah, I could understand that. I could understand that, no doubt.
Well, they may have known him. I just don't think they willingly let him in. That's all I was saying. That doesn't mean that they didn't know him. They probably may have recognized one of them or all of them.
Yeah, it's just so hard to tell, guys, honestly. And ladies, it's so hard to tell. It really is. It's so hard to tell because, like I said, everything it seems like that happens in Tucson is always across the grain. You know, it can never be the usual normal situation. It always has to have some major twist of some sort. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine if for somehow somebody knew that Kelly called the sheriff at this time and talked to him, and everybody's like, "Oh, maybe it's Kelly." I mean, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
it's just so unreal because there's no normalcy in Tucson.
No.
None. Zero.
None. I mean, they're the ones that opened the door up for that interpretation.
Yeah. You're right. Freaking old Wild West.
That's what it seems like.
No, I mean anymore. I mean, my brother used to be stationed. He was in the Marine Corps. He was stationed in Yuma, Arizona. So he would always tell me like how things were out there in Yuma. Now Arizona's Arizona, but he would always say how he would see people walking around with weapons and all this kind of stuff and this, that, and the other. And the joke was always that, yeah, it's a Wild West out here, man. You do something wrong, somebody's going to take you out and they'll just throw you in the desert, you know?
For sure.
And, so I could see that. And now that I'm actually we covering cases and we covering, with Nancy Guthrie and it seems like a lot of other ones in that area, it seems like, yeah, no doubt. Now I see the Wild West. Where before I just heard about it, now I actually see it.
Right.
And it's crazy. Yeah, that's
crazy. Every other week we're finding another set of bones in the desert.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally the Wild West.
Yep. I mean, and you know, and then of course, you know, the gun laws out there seem to be very openly like, yeah, you know, don't step on my property, you know, boom, there you go. You know, it shouldn't be here. Go, boom, there you go. You know, I mean, it just seems like it's react and then explain later. You know what I mean? React and then explain later, and then for whatever reasons, it seems like I don't know. It just that place is just mind-boggling to me.
I'd rather beg for forgiveness than ask for permission type deal.
Right. Yeah, I'd rather be alive than to go ahead and find myself under you know 6 foot under. Well, yeah, but you gotta make sure you have a reason to unalive somebody. You know. Yeah, I crazy.
Yeah. And if the motive was to go after them because of either one of their professions, then that's really it rises to the next level when people are attacking law enforcement, as far as law enforcement goes, because you could be the next target.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, they gotta solve these type of cases because look, we just had a major kidnapping, right? And that's usually on an older person of 84 years old, and yet those are not supposed to happen. You know, they're not supposed to happen, not like that. And then you have now, you know, you have this. You had another older person, not quite older, but older person getting SA'd out there in that area. You know, then you had this incident I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than taking someone out who, and I'm just going to say because he was 7-8 days away from graduating, I'm just going to say a law enforcement officer, even though he wasn't technically an officer. You know, to take somebody out, to have the gumption that you could go up to someone's house and take somebody out, that's just unheard of.
I mean, we know the code of the gang life too. You got to revisit that. There's only one way in and one way out, so you don't get to just switch sides.
True.
If there's previous affiliation to any type of gang life, like you don't get to just become a cop.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Barney says the lawless have no laws. No doubt.
That stuff is real for sure.
All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and call this. We've been on almost 3 hours.
Awesome,
so what we'll do is tomorrow we're going to go at I think I said to Chris 12, 11, 12. I think I said 12.
Okay.
Chris, are you still here? If you are, it was 12, right? Yes, DD. Okay, it's 12. We're going to be going on 12. We're going to be going on 12 because I think that's what it was, 12. So we'll be going tomorrow at 12. No morning, just 12. Because I got to get some work done myself. So we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah. And Doug, thank you so much for jumping in with me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me again, Doug and Devil Pups from Chatters. And we'll see you tomorrow at 12.
You got it, my brother. Semper Fi, buddy.
Yes,
you got it. All right. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and call this another great live. Yes. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and shut it down for today. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all. Mods, every one of you. Chris, thank you for coming on earlier with me. Appreciate it. And we'll see you all back at 12. So with that, everybody, God bless. Like I always say, it's all common sense. Right back at you, Chris. Right back at you. Semper Fi, everybody. God bless. See ya, Devil Pups.